Harry, this is the New Orleans Marathon. Over the next 4 days, I'm taking you to the best fried chicken, the best po' boys, the best gumbo, and the best seafood boil in New Orleans. The Big Easy, the Big Nasty, the Wet Boy. I made some of those up, but we're here in New Orleans. What do you think?
I love it. It's my first time here, but I've heard a lot about it. I'm a jazz guy myself, so I'm excited to be in the home of jazz and also the home of soul food, which I think is mostly what we're eating.
Absolutely, and we're going to be eating lots of it. So without any further ado, let's get started. 4 amazing po' boy sandwich places here in New Orleans. First one we're starting off, Parkway Bakery and Tavern. Here's my criteria, here's what I'm thinking. So every place we're definitely getting a shrimp po' boy and we're getting a roast beef po' boy. Those are like the classic. Here's what's great about the shrimp. We are right off the Gulf of Mexico, so they're pulling the shrimp day of, out of that Gulf, frying it. Oh, just a perfection, right? And of course the roast beef, slow cooked, just dripping with its juices. So delicious. Now we're gonna get them dressed. Here's what that traditionally means. Lettuce, tomato, mayo, pickles. But every place you're going today kind of does dress their own way. Sometimes they add a hot sauce, they add a ketchup. So we'll be getting it dressed how they dress it at each place we go to.
Sounds great.
Everything comes out of French bread. They bake here in this city. Pillowy on the inside, crunchy on the outside. The French roll, the po' boy roll, is maybe the perfect vessel to eat a sandwich. You hungry?
I'm very hungry, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's eat. Dude, I hope you don't mind. I got the smalls.
Yeah. And what are you having?
A couple of dads. All right. Let's open this up, right?
Man. This is a weighty sandwich, man.
Yep. This roast beef right here, they sell a lot of roast beef here, buddy. They sell 400 pounds or almost a ton of roast beef a week.
Goodness me.
Okay, I gotta get in here.
Yeah, same. I got the shrimp one.
It's absolutely incredible. Here's why this roast beef is incredible. They slow cook it for like overnight, almost 12 hours, right? And you know when it comes out, just pretty much falling apart. We've seen with the barbecue how tender that meat could be. They don't slice it then. Then they let it cool off. All that juice stays inside the meat.
Yeah.
So they finally slice it at room temperature or cool temperature. It is just the most flavorful roast beef you could possibly imagine. Try that shrimp.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cooked so well. The breading, so nice and crispy on the outside. Shrimp inside, juicy, tender.
What I tell you about this bread, I mean, this is like on the outside, it's really hard and crispy, but the inside, pillowy.
Super
Absolutely
fluffy.
falls apart. I've heard several locals say this, but I'm not a bread scientist, also known as a baker. But they say that the intense humidity of the city lends itself to make the po' boy style roll, and that's why you can only make it here. Anywhere else in the country, you just can't get it right.
Damn. I'm also not a bread scientist, but it is very humid here.
Baker, they're called.
Baker.
There you go.
But I know when you are proving your bread, when it's rising, the humidity does have a bit of a factor in it.
How do you like that?
Yeah, so it's going to help it rise, going to get nice and light and airy in there. I really do think it is like the perfect texture for the sandwich as well. Like these are big sandwiches. There's a lot going on in here. There's sauce, there's juice, but honestly having that sponginess on the inside really does just let it kind of soak everything up, hold its shape surprisingly well actually. Really tasty.
Can I try a little bit of that?
Of course you may.
They do toast the bread here. Not every place does that, but they do it here. Okay, now the bread, we talked about this before. They do 2 types of bread here. The main one, which we're going to be having, I think, at almost every single place. See how good is that? Is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Leidenheimer. But they also use Gendusa. When they started making po' boys originally, it was more of like just a big kind of oddly shaped hunk of bread. Eventually, Gendusa designed these long, almost 36-inch long rolls or whatever.
Wow.
And then when they have them in there, they cut them to order small or large.
Right. This roast beef is ridiculous, by the way.
Okay.
It's almost more like a beef stew in terms of like how juicy and tender it is. And you really get a flavor from like the kind of juices, the gravy that it kind of creates for itself. That's fantastic.
Crystals on the sandwich, crystals on the beat.
Like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of like tomato in sandwiches often, but don't really mind it in here. I think everything has been considered to a point where they're like, yeah, you know, over the years, we've refined this down to a point where people are like, this is a po' boy, this is what we want from a sandwich, and I can see why.
Now, you're probably wondering why it is called the po' boy, which is an abbreviation or slang for the term poor boy.
Sure.
All right. the most preferred form of transportation in the city of New Orleans was streetcar. But during the Great Depression, they weren't getting paid. So the streetcar workers went on strike. Two brothers, the Martin brothers, Clovis and Benny, former streetcar drivers, had a bakery and a shop, saw this and like, you know what? When this strike is going on, we're gonna feed our guys, make sure they eat every day. So when they would come in and show their streetcar driver pass, they'd be like, here comes a poor boy, make him a sandwich. Okay, rude?
To be fair, I would take quite a lot of abuse if it meant that I got a free sandwich. It's a pretty good trade-off, I think.
I would be pretty stoked about getting the sandwich. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, this is free. Call me whatever you want, buddy.
If it's free.
Yeah, this absolutely fantastic sandwich. You could tell, like, this is like a sandwich of the people, right? It's just something that was just designed to be delicious. Something that you come and grab every day at lunch. I mean, they serve so many people here. They could sit 300, and he estimates something like 1,000 people a day.
Wow.
That's so many sandwiches.
Yeah. I can tell that you and I are going to have trouble pacing ourselves today.
We're in sandwich heaven today.
Yeah, but save some room?
Yeah, save some room. I got a couple more spots I want to show you.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we're on our way to the Magazine Street area of New Orleans. For the next two po' boy spots, first stop, we're heading up Guys.
Guys, one thing I do need to work on is my pronunciation of New Orleans, because I
Okay.
keep saying New Orleans.
New Orleans.
It's very much New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I will work on that. But I'm excited for the next po' boy.
Yeah, this is considered one of the best in the city. My man Marvin is on the grill. This is his joint. He makes every sandwich. He has said in multiple interviews, he estimates that he has made 1 million po' boys.
Okay. If you made 1 million po' boys, you probably know what you're doing. Guys seems like a cool spot. It's like a smaller place,
Yeah.
a bit more of like a local neighborhood type of joint.
Neighborhood joint,
I feel like the people who are in there a lot. This is their spot. A couple of times a week, they're in here for lunch, hopefully for a delicious po' boy.
Yes, hopefully. We're gonna get the roast beef, gotta get the shrimp, maybe something fun.
Yeah, and I would also quite like a cold beverage, please.
Yeah, what do you want?
Anything cold, maybe a Gatorade of some kind.
I'm not getting you, they're not gonna have Gatorade.
I swear I saw Powerade in there.
Did you see that in there?
I'm pretty sure I saw Powerade.
There's no way there's Powerade in there.
If there's a blue Powerade, get me a blue Powerade.
All right, well, that's fine, but I'm not gonna bring you a blue Powerade or Gatorade because they definitely don't have them.
Famous last words.
Yeah, you'll see.
How many days you gonna be in New Orleans?
We're here till Sunday.
Till Sunday?
Till Sunday, sir.
Well, our goal is to put 5 pounds on you by Sunday.
Is that right? Yeah, pretty generous with the shrimp there, I see.
You know, I've never advertised a day in my life.
Uh-huh.
Because you know why? I put that 10% advertising budget right there. Right there, look at that.
That's
Do I
right.
need to advertise that? Who don't want that? LA.
Ooh, that's a heavy sandwich. Hear that
Told you,
thud?
I'm gonna make sure.
Oh man, I'm
I'm
so
gonna
much
make
so
sure
is
this
that us?
happens.
This is amazing and generous and looks delicious. Thank you so much.
Hey,
thank you
hope you
everyone.
enjoy it.
I appreciate it. We will. Let's go. Your blue beverage.
we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow,
Yeah.
that's alarmingly blue.
So I was
know
watching
you-
him make these sandwiches. We are in trouble.
Okay, it's also starting to rain, so I might have to pull this in.
Yeah, you want to pull it in?
Ever so slightly.
Before we even go, I gotta take a picture. Dude, Zapp's runs the chip game in New Orleans, and I am here for it.
Are they a New Orleans company?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, they've got the New Orleans keto style voodoo.
Those voodoo
Dude,
chips.
Zapp's chips are incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna love these crisps.
Okay, thank you for putting it in terms. I can understand.
Okay, I got your blue beverage. Which one's this?
This is the roast beef, all dressed again.
Oh, all dressed. Lettuce, tomato, mayo, and pickles. Yeah, ton of roast
Not
beef.
skimping on the
Did not
beef.
skip. No, he's
Look at
very
that.
generous in there. Let's go.
Cheers, man.
Fantastic sandwich. That's so good, right? It's more like the deli style slices, but he was graving it up. I think that's the key there.
Compared to like a Parkway where it was more like almost like a beef stew sandwich, which is delicious.
Yeah.
This is more that kind of familiar deli style. Yeah, that gravy and the mayo, plenty of moisture in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of flavor.
Right? The mayo really adds something, doesn't it? Like I was kind of like, I don't know, bearish on the mayo. I'm like, come on, this thing's gonna be dripping in mayo. He was slathering it on there, and like it has a sweetness to it that cuts through the intensity of the beef, of the flavor of the beef there. So like those two things together, real nice.
Yeah, I think one thing about this, the ratio of all the fillings to me is pretty perfect.
Yes.
The meat is like the main event for sure. but you have enough of the lettuce, the tomato. That's really good.
It's big too. I can't imagine a person eating one of these.
No.
He was even telling me in there that we're walking out of here 5 pounds heavier. So get ready. All right, there's a shrimpy guy. And notice this is dressed a little bit differently.
I pulled out a shrimp and it's got what looks to be ketchup on there.
Very astute observation, my friend. When he does the seafood, he does dress it. He adds hot sauce and ketchup. That's the best one. That's so good. I'm wowed by how good this is.
That shrimp, man.
The taste of the shrimp, it's just so flavorful, it's so juicy. You know this was swimming around in the ocean hours ago.
Mere hours ago.
Mere hours ago.
So juicy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can just see the seasoning in there as well.
Yep.
A lot of like black pepper going on. It's salty, it's juicy. It's everything I want from a fried shrimp. And it's in a sandwich with a bunch of other tasty stuff.
How's your blue drink?
A blue drink is delicious. It tastes like I was right.
Yeah. Mr. Athlete over here, got to get his electrolytes.
One thing I will say, don't think the bread is toasted here.
I don't believe it is.
It definitely like has a spongier, softer texture to it. Still got that kind of like crackly bit on the outside, which I like.
Yes.
I think personally I might prefer the texture of the untoasted bread.
Interesting.
Although I will say it may have helped with some of these like structural issues because I bit into that and it just kind of fell apart on me.
Yeah, I don't think toasting would have made a difference. I think he's putting in a alarming amount of toppings and protein into these sandwiches. I think it has more to do with that.
I think overall I would rather have a generously filled and messy sandwich than a skimpy but neat sandwich.
It's great, right? Mm-hmm. My chips wet.
We are getting rained on.
Okay.
That New Orleans summer weather, huh?
Yeah.
Whose bright idea was it to organize this for hurricane season?
Someone who doesn't live in this country.
Yeah, I think it was mine. My bad.
Want to run inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep. I should grab the drinks and the...
Grab some drinks and chips.
Yep. It's a bit wet outside. But luckily we have one more sandwich. And this is the Cajun. A Cajun plus Asian equals this sandwich. And that's a scientist back there, an artiste. And this is sandwich is his latest creation. So I saw him making it and I was like, oh man, we are in trouble. All right, I'm going in.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this sandwich is that it only got slightly rained on as well. Look how much chicken is in there, dude.
Oh wow, that's incredible. One of those things where like, you know coming here, the po' boy is gonna be amazing. You know the shrimp's gonna be amazing. The roast beef's gonna be amazing. Amazing.
Amazing Cajun.
So do you want to risk it? But I will say, if this is on the menu, when you come in, get this. The chicken is cooked perfectly. The sauce is undeniable.
It's like a honey, soy, garlic type of vibe going on. That's
And with
so
the jalapenos,
tasty.
gives it a bit of a kick.
Bit of heat.
And it's all
It's
him
really
back
impressive.
there, so you know it's just like his creative mind at work.
Putting the Cajun to the side. Out of the shrimp and the beef, which way are you leaning so far?
I'm definitely shrimp.
Really?
Shrimp's my favorite one.
I think
do,
I am too, yeah.
I do like the beef, but to me, po' boy is shrimp. Okay, I wish I lived by here. I wish this was my hangout.
Yeah.
This place, clearly an institution, clearly famous for a reason.
Yeah, I think if I lived by here, I would end up looking like a Snorlax. So I probably couldn't go every day.
It is like,
But
too many po' boys. All right, the rain is starting to die down. No, it isn't. Want to go to?
That's a lie.
Want to go to 2 more po' boy places?
yeah, that sounds great. We might get a little wet on the way, but hey, nothing that some po' boys won't fix.
Let's go. It is hurricane weather season here in New Orleans. Got a bit disrupted by the wet. It's all good though. We're in a nice dry automobile on our way to the next location, Damalices. We really needed this rain though. We really needed it.
Boy, did we need this.
Yeah, these plants are eating good today. Oh man, how you
Lovely.
feeling? We're too deep. We're halfway through.
Yeah, not too bad. Trying to be restrained. It's difficult because the food is all delicious.
Yeah, everything's been amazing.
Every po' boy that we've tried so far, I could quite easily have just like put away all by myself.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Although God clearly does not want me to do that.
Yeah. All right. We're done.
Yeah.
And we're here.
And there we are. We're making a dash.
Go. Go, po' boys! Po' boys! It's raining.
It's a bit rainy. We made it through the rain.
Yep.
Damalices.
And they are considered some of the best po' boys in town. Anthony Bourdain came through here in 2008. And also, the Travel Channel in 2010 had a show called Food Wars, Interesting.
Sounds familiar.
And this was the winner of the best po' boy. They pitted them against Parkway. They said this was better.
All right.
That was a really good po' boy.
Interesting. It was.
This feels like a family operation, family joint. Every
feel-
place we've been to has been like a neighborhood spot.
Yeah, I really like that actually. Again, it kind of speaks to the fact that like this is very much a food of the people. Something that people actually do eat if they live in New Orleans. It's not just like a touristy gimmick thing. But Double Ace is some of the best in New Orleans.
Yeah, some say the best.
Okay.
Shrimp,
Yes.
roast beef.
Yes.
I'll say whatever dangerously blue drinks they have. Booyah.
So flash flood warning aside, these look pretty good.
And these look really great. Definitely got the roast beef, and of course got the shrimp. Now you're gonna love what I got to tell you about the sandwiches.
Go on.
They are dressed, but one thing you will not find on these sandwiches dressed: tomato. Miss Dot, who ran the show here for a while, didn't like them, didn't think them necessary in the sandwiches, so she banned them.
She sounds like a
I think it's
wise
great.
lady.
Yeah, thank
Look,
you.
I've not been taking them out. If they're in a sandwich, I will usually eat them, but I just wouldn't add them out of choice.
Yeah.
I just don't think, on average, tomatoes add enough to a sandwich.
Yeah.
They're like a bit wet, a bit slimy. You're adding moisture in there. So I'm glad to see them being skipped here.
Do you want to start with the roast beef?
Yeah, this looks great.
I
Shall
love
we?
they cut into thirds.
Yeah, interesting. Bite-sized pieces.
That's a big sandwich.
Also, yeah, the crew can actually have a piece that we haven't bitten into, which is nice for them. Cheers, my guy.
With the mustard. Oh wow.
Oh man, that is so good.
The mustard really makes it.
So beefy. You've got that like gravy with it.
Yep.
The mustard and the pickles provide so much needed acidity and sourness to that.
Yep.
Because the beef sandwiches we've had so far have been rich, as roast beef can often be. But yeah, this one is like, in terms of the balance, they've really nailed this.
All the roast beef we've had is really good, but pairing it with the mustard that they've done here, it just elevates the flavor in a way that, wow, just didn't get it at a lot of the other spots.
In the UK, when we have roast beef, a lot of people will have horseradish with it, which actually shares a lot of flavor compounds, the things that actually make up the flavor with mustard.
Yeah.
A little bit of heat to them, you know?
But it's more like, it's not heat spice, more like heat like a tang.
I
It
really
really
love it.
cuts through and just gives you all that flavor. It's fantastic.
But we still got the lettuce in there, still got some mayo in there. I don't know. Yeah, something about this sandwich so far.
It's very good.
This is up there, man. This is right
Very
up there. Bit of shrimp.
Yes, sir.
Shrimp time.
A shrimpy boy. Dressed, no tomato, but they did add their own hot sauce on here. And let's go.
Even just looking at this, the color of the shrimp is really exciting to me. Really looks like kind of like a popcorn shrimp, you know. The shrimp themselves are on the smaller side.
Yeah, but I kind of like that because they're getting more in a bite. You know? It starts out as a liquid batter. Eventually, they put it in the corn flour.
I can tell, like it's so crispy on the outside, trapping all that juice in there.
What they're doing here, because they're so close to the water, they're really just letting the shrimp, the flavor of this fresh shrimp, do all the talking, right?
The freshness of the shrimp is almost like buttery, which again I think is why it works so well with like a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of pickle. I know you're not the biggest pickle guy, but
I have to say, of all the sandwiches that we've had, visually, this one looked a little more simple, right? And that right away, I was like, oh, what do we have here? But man, oh man, both these sandwiches are incredible. They are so delicious. Every element of it is so well taken care of and considered. Ugh, I can't stop picking at it.
I know.
I've been eating all day. And I'm like, man, I really want to finish this sandwich, so.
Yeah, this one was the sleeper hit. This is the like don't judge a book by its cover sandwich.
Absolutely. This roast beef.
Actually, I think this roast beef is my one. This may be one of the best that we've had. Jesus Christ!
Okay, you're not a dog. Don't worry about it. It's just lightning. It's just whatever. Like you're from London. You're acting like you never heard this before.
We get rain. We do not get this all the time. Though.
Really?
Yeah, thunderstorms less common.
I was surprised I thought that first roast beef we had. I was like, nobody can top this. Just the way they slow roast it and stuff. But this, the mustard on there is a secret weapon.
Yeah. Man,
Very interesting turn of events.
lots to ponder, lots to consider.
Well, we got one more spot to go. So let's head out there now.
Sure. Maybe wait for the rain to stop a little bit.
I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon.
All right, let's go get wet.
Let's go. I have a technique for this.
Okay.
So I get into water so it's like as efficient as possible.
What's the technique?
We'll watch. Ready?
I'm watching.
Okay,
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works.
Perfect. And my guy, last stop of the Po' Boy tour, and we're heading to the heart of New Orleans, the French Quarter.
The French Quarter.
We've been there a few times since we've gotten here.
We have, although mostly we've just been drinking there rather than eating.
Yeah.
Where are we?
You're not going to believe this. They also have food.
Hey, what a
Including
coincidence.
po' boys, especially killer po' boys, which is where we're going to right now. This place, they don't play with the classics. They're doing all new fun stuff. This is like the new spot. We've been hitting the traditional spots. These are the guys who are like, we're having fun with it. We're doing it our way.
Nice. I gotta be honest, these po' boys are starting to catch up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last leg of the po' boy tour. Look, every place we went, tradition this, tradition that. These guys are doing something a little bit differently, kind of giving a modern twist to the classic po' boy, and I'm here for it, right?
Yes. I'm quite excited to experience something a little bit different, see how far you can push the boundaries of a po' boy.
The one on the menu that I saw online, I'm like, yes, seared shrimp po' boy. Get that in my mouth now. I'm full and I'm dying to taste that sandwich.
So they're taking that shrimp, but they're like mixing the formula up slightly, you know?
Searing the shrimp.
Not your average shrimp po' boy.
There you go. And who doesn't love seared shrimp? Okay, they sear the shrimp in a cast iron skillet, roll them in a little spice of coriander, salt, lime, and black pepper. Black pepper, you kidding me? Let's go. Garlic mayo. Oh, it's a sriracha, fresh lime juice, and a secret ingredient. Louisiana shrimp that's been dried, turned into powder, and mixed in with the rest of the sauce.
What?
Yo, dude.
They've powdered shrimp.
They've powdered shrimp.
They found a way to turn shrimp into dust.
Oh my God.
That's not great.
I like, a little inventiveness, a little
Yeah.
new school thinking. Not everything has to be tradition.
No. Sometimes shrimp can be powder, and that's fine.
Oh, I bet this food is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This sounds
But
great.
the question is, are we judging it against classic po' boy or just in general? Are we going classic versus new? That's always like the tough line to throttle.
It's a tricky one. I think we'll have to get the food, and we'll have to see if we think it's still within the realms of what a po' boy is, or if they push the boundaries a little too far. We'll have to be the judges of that, Joe.
That's what the show's all about.
Cheers, my man.
Oh yeah, cheers.
To an excellent day of eating po' boys.
Yes.
Hey.
So here we got our chorizo,
Oh, yes.
our seared shrimp,
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
and our beef debris.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Y'all
much,
enjoy
sir.
it.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Visually, very different to the other ones we've
Yeah.
had today.
A lot of color on these things, especially with the chorizo and this red cabbage, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I also see what they've done with the bread. It definitely does strike me more as like a banh mi style bread compared to the pretty classic, consistent loaves that we've had today.
I mean, I've been thinking about this seared shrimp for days now, so I want to finally dig in here.
Yeah. So what are we getting here? We've got the
I'm
seared
seeing
shrimp.
a shredded carrot. Definitely more banh mi vibes on this one.
Yeah, like pickled sort of slaw vibe, the coriander in there. Man, all right, I gotta try this. Cheers. Obviously the shrimp here are seared as opposed to being like battered and fried like some of the other ones we've had. It's actually really clever to assemble it the way they have, because with the crunchy bread, with the sort of pickled veg that you have in there, you got the carrot, there's like some daikon in there, some cucumber as well. You still get a lot of crunch that you might miss out on from not having a batter. The shrimp is so juicy. It's really good.
The way that it's seared and the flavors on there, it just has that more like almost the shrimp you'd have like in a scampi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beefy boy they got here, they don't cook the
Yeah.
standard roast beef, although it looks like it is shredded. Yes, it is.
They call this one the beef debris.
Beef debris. And I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen a sandwich with pickled green beans on it.
No.
Banana peppers made it.
Your old friend banana peppers.
Yeah.
Know how much you love those. The beef does look pretty damn good though.
So this is very interesting. Let me ask you a question. Do you know what jardinere is?
Yeah, like the Italian chopped pickle salad thing. Yeah.
This has flavor profiles and consistency remnants of like a jardinere. Right?
You're from Chicago.
Yes.
A million miles away from like an Italian beef sandwich.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's kind of close.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, even though it isn't jardinere, it almost feels like this is a fusion that's reminiscent of an Italian Chicago beef. And it doesn't taste like one. I don't want to mislead anyone.
Sure.
But it has like the really crunchy snap of the vinegary peppers, in this case green beans and banana peppers, with just incredibly rich wet, saucy gravy of the roast beef we've been having here. Like the roast beef here is really similar to what we had at the first place at Parkway.
I was going to say, this really reminds me of the Parkway beef in terms of it's almost more like a pot roast or like a stew. And you get that really concentrated beef flavor with the kind of fat all in there as well. Really intense flavor.
Combo.
I really like this.
This pepper green bean combo. Oh.
You were like a little bit apprehensive
No.
about the green beans.
Wow.
Has that immediately won you over?
It definitely won me over.
I think it might have done, yeah.
Now, I absolutely love chorizo. And him saying this is chorizo po' boy, I feel like it's pretty far away from a po' boy. So I think this is a very bold direction, definitely going away from the traditional. Mm-hmm.
Last one of the day.
Okay, let's go.
Cheers.
Whoa.
There's a lot going on
It's
there.
a phenomenal sandwich. I didn't know where the pumpkin hummus was going to sit. Now pairing with the spiciness of the chorizo,
Yeah.
it's paired because like the pumpkin hummus kind of has this cool, creamy,
Like earthy. Yeah.
but it just with the absolute like fattiness and richness of the chorizo together. Wow,
Chorizo's got some heat as well, plus there's extra jalapenos in there as well.
wow, this place is absolutely fantastic. I love the invention.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. They definitely are killer. These
Yeah.
are killer po' boys. All right, well, we have a decision to make, but instead of doing it here, when we walk on down to Cafe Du Monde, grab some beignets, and debrief of the day.
Yeah, regardless of how full I am, I always find room for a little something sweet.
A little something sweet.
A little something sweet.
Yeah, same.
All right, let's go.
Hey, how you doing? Can I have 2 orders of beignets?
There we go, buddy.
All right, got it. Beignets, baby. Have you ever had a beignet before?
I have not, no. I saw that movie Chef.
Yeah.
Big comfort movie, loved it, and they have them in that. And ever since then, I've really wanted to try a Café du Monde beignet. So thank you to Food Tours for making my dreams come true.
All right, why don't we share a beignet and then get down to it. Got
Man,
and then just poured the powdered sugar
They're
in
not
there,
skimping
right?
on the powdered sugar.
No, sir.
That's for certain.
They're really dense.
They really are, yeah. I was expecting them to be lighter. Very tasty, but
It's
yeah.
not 3. I'm like, come on, 3.
Chewy.
But I think honestly, I can wait 1.
No.
Po'
okay.
boys. Like we're LeBron James. Let's do it, po' boys. Starting off the day, went to Parkway.
Yes.
Institution of po' boys, right? At the scale that they're doing it, it's a miracle that the quality is still sky high.
Yeah, I feel like as far as a traditional po' boy goes,
Uh-huh.
doesn't get much more traditional than that.
Sure.
That is a New Orleans history in a bite right there.
Then for that, we went to Guys.
Guys.
Man, my man Marvin, what a character. He's just back there making every sandwich, going to town. What I loved about it, I mean, the sandwiches were fantastic, but clearly he is an artist, a sandwich artist, not to be confused with Subway employees. Of
course.
He's a true sandwich artist.
Yeah, I feel like that one, maybe the best shrimp po' boy we had today. Not to give any broader decisions away, but that one was phenomenal. Not skimping on any of the ingredients, that was packed full of shrimp. So tasty, so well seasoned, crispy, hit all the kind of key areas that you want a po' boy to hit.
Then it started raining.
It started,
Things got a little hectic.
rained a lot.
We made our way over before the flood came to Damalisa's. And oh my God.
Yeah, unassuming spot for, honestly, like one thing that I think about po' boys is they are quite an unassuming food. It's like simple but elegant,
Yeah.
just does the job. And I think Domalice's kind of matched the vibe of the food it was serving, which I really, really loved.
Yeah.
Food there was fantastic.
Yep.
That roast beef with the mustard, man, that was phenomenal. You can tell,
What's French for moi?
le moi.
Yes, there you go. Very good. And finally, went to Killer Po' Boys. They're turning tradition on its head.
Some of the things on the menu there, I don't think you would find on any other po' boy menus in New Orleans.
The seared shrimp, definitely still a po' boy. Do you think? It had elements like of a banh mi almost. In
I
this
know,
too,
yeah.
right?
Even with that one, I was like, the only real similarity is the shrimp
Yeah.
and like a French style bread. But beyond that, I was struggling to find similarities with any of the other sandwiches that we tried today. I will say the big caveat to all of that is that every sandwich at Killer was delicious.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
Or was it a po' boy?
Was it a po' boy?
All right. Well, we got to pick our favorite. For me, I think my favorite was Domalisa's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was that mustard. I think it was just the simple nature of the sandwiches, but I think they were done to perfection.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best example of a po' boy. Guys is a close second. I mean, everything was fantastic. When we left Guys, I was like, wow, that's the one to beat. And then Domelices did it.
Fair play, man.
Yeah.
I was also split between two.
Uh-huh.
I was split between Parkway and Domelices.
Oh, okay.
I think if it came down to one, I'm also going Domelices.
Wow, look at us.
I think it was exactly what I imagined a po' boy would be.
Yeah.
It delivered in every area. That beef one particularly was incredible because while, you know, Killer is innovating in its own way, Domelices has made like very subtle adjustments to the formula, but still just improved the sandwich, taking it to a whole new level. Just adding that little bit of mustard and that beef, no tomatoes anywhere to be seen. Small tweaks adding up to
Our hatred
a big
to
difference.
tomatoes, sliced tomato.
That slightly tipped it.
That's what clinched it, yep. All right. Well, we got to get rest because tomorrow we got more food to eat.
We do. Right now I've got more food to eat.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
Finish off these beignets.
What is this nightmare? Oh my God.
This is po. Po explains what dressed is on a po' boy.
Oh, because there's the ketchup on I see.
Lettuce,
Yeah.
tomatoes, pickles, ketchup. Po's ready for his seafood fiesta.
That's great. Best gumbo in New Orleans. We're gonna be visiting 3 places throughout this episode. We're gonna get a tasting of different styles of gumbo. I'm telling you, man, we're eating like kings today, and we're starting here at the legendary, the institution known as Dookie Chase. Have you had gumbo before? What is your gumbo experience?
I have never had gumbo before. My first time in New Orleans, first time in Louisiana. I've heard a lot about it. It looks incredible,
Yeah.
but yeah, never tried it before. I cannot wait. What actually is gumbo? Obviously, I've heard a lot about it.
It is sort of a stew, not really, but its flavors are all its own in this area because it draws from French Canadian, it draws from the Caribbean, it draws from Africa, it draws from Native American. So what's interesting about a gumbo is, although it could be technically made anywhere in the world, the only place where gumbo could have been born is right here in this part of the world and this part of the country. We are at the source.
Wow, so it sounds like gumbo is literally a melting pot.
Yes,
We've got
correct.
like, an actual pot of stuff going into it.
That's a good way of
and
putting
it's also
it.
a cultural melting pot because it's really drawn from everywhere.
That is an excellent way of putting it. I wish I said that. Of the many influences of this cuisine, there's a high French influence. You live much closer to France. What are your thoughts on French food?
Yeah, I mean, you have the bases of these sauces. Obviously, you have like a roux, which I think is used to thicken things, which I think looks very different in France as it would over here. In France, you also base a lot of stews with what they call a mirepoix, which is that like carrot, onion, celery mixture, which I think is tweaked a little bit for the kind of Creole Cajun palate, right?
So I mentioned that they have a vegetable trinity, which I believe is celery, onion, bell pepper.
Okay, so you're swapping out the carrot for the bell pepper.
Yeah, and I prefer that, right?
That's the beauty of like a stew or a stew-like dish as well, like a gumbo, because you can really take that base and then just put whatever you have into it,
Yes.
and it'll come out tasting pretty delicious. So I mean, you've already mentioned there that you could find like chicken in here, there might be seafood in here, there might be duck in here.
Yeah.
You're just kind of taking whatever you have available, getting it in there,
Making something delicious.
making something delicious.
I'm starving.
I'm really ready to eat. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I take a bite first because
Yeah.
it looks incredible.
I know there's more stuff you want to explain to me, but
Yeah, I wanna eat it.
I need to eat. This looks crazy.
Perfect.
Like trying to get like a bit of everything is going to be a challenge.
dude,
I'm going to go for
perfect.
the sausage. Oh man.
I want to get a little rice in here too. Flavors, the spices, everything hits you at once. Wow. All the protein from the chicken, the shrimp, the sausage cooked perfectly. The broth.
Yeah, brothy is definitely the word I'd use for this. While it's quite a light broth in terms of like it's not too thick, the flavor in there, man, the concentrated flavor.
Yes. Chef Leah Chase, who was here for decades, and the menu here is based around her cooking. She was named the Queen of Creole Cooking, even honored by the James Beard Foundation for her work, blessed by the Pope. Come on. A self-taught chef, all the recipes that she perfected here was what she ate growing up, perfected over decades.
No formal training, literally just like she ate it growing
Figured
up,
it out.
perfected these recipes,
Yeah.
and we're still eating it today. It's really, really cool.
This is the shrimp clemenceau.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Care about it's
Wow.
shrimp,
peas, mushrooms, barbon potatoes, sauteed in a garlic butter sauce.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I read about this online. This was introduced to the menu because Chef Leah was like, we gotta have something on the menu that isn't like deep fried. Not everybody wants fried food.
Right. I saw Obama on the wall.
Yes.
I saw George W. Bush on the wall.
Yep.
I think Beyonce's eating here.
Yep.
They've covered a lot.
Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Ray Charles mentions it in a song.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Can't
the-
get much more historic or important to New Orleans than that, can you?
Absolutely.
I do love how a recurring theme of food tours is that we go to places that Obama has been to or Guy Fieri has been to.
That's right, one or the other.
Two biggest culinary icons of mine, Obama and Guy Fieri. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a mouthful like this gumbo,
Yeah.
which is a compliment because we've eaten a lot of food on this show,
Yeah.
and I've eaten a lot of food in my life.
Yeah,
But
and you're
this
from
is-
Europe, sort of, where there's a lot of different cuisines there, but nothing over there is even close to what's happening here.
I don't think so, not at least when this specific dish is concerned.
So I want to try this. I'm so glad I wasn't sure I was going to be able to try this.
Yeah. I think one thing that's impressive, given the different proteins in here and the number of proteins, to make sure that everything still has its perfect texture, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Chicken isn't mushy, it's still got a bite to it.
I want to point out, I know this is a gumbo episode, but look at me. You need to try that right now.
That's what we got here. Peas, there's some mushrooms, the shrimp.
This is incredible. Sauteed in butter and garlic.
Those shrimp are incredible.
I know. Oh my
The
goodness.
amount of garlic in there as well.
As an Italian, I can say I have finally found a dish with the right amount of garlic. They did it. They figured it out.
They got it right here. The number of proteins in here is so interesting to me. Like, generally speaking, I haven't had too many foods that combine this many proteins. You're getting like a kind of land, air, and sea effect. There's a lot going on, but like it's all really working. It's not like they're contrasting or conflicting.
Yeah. You could tell that something like this has been worked on all day. Slow simmer, concentrated flavor. I mean, we're eating a bowl of history right now, which I'm sure other people could look at gumbo and be like, yeah, soup, stew, I got it. Like, no, you don't got it,
No.
right? I could not think of any other gumbo that could be this flavorful, this delicious, this well put together that didn't take decades to perfect. Funny story that I heard when Obama was here, about to dip into her gumbo. I don't know if he did this or almost did it, but apparently he went to put hot sauce in the gumbo in front of her, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I don't know if the sauce actually hit the gumbo, and they intervened before then.
You really have to back yourself to correct the president of the United States, though, to be like, oi, oi.
I don't
No,
care,
no, no, no.
I don't care what you're running. The food is fine. Eat it.
Secret Service diving in front of the hot sauce. Like, no.
That's really funny.
They've also brought out fried chicken, and I do really want to try that.
This looks amazing. It could have been in a fried chicken episode.
To be clear, we kind of wanted to include this in the fried chicken episode, but we didn't want to double feature someone.
Yeah.
But we're getting the best of both worlds now.
Okay, let's go.
Oh man.
I'm cleaning this bone.
Dude.
Seasoned perfectly. The skin is so perfectly crisp, right? Mm-hmm. Yet inside,
How juicy
the
is that
chicken
as well?
incredibly juicy, and like, you can tell the flavor is like marinated inside the chicken.
Without trying to rewrite history too much, if this had been in the best fried chicken episode, it's a contender, for sure.
Absolutely a contender.
I'm sort of like telling myself this is healthy because it's kind of like a soup. There's enough rich things
The way I
in here
look at
that
it, like
might
if
be
it
true,
was
but
made with
hey.
love and you're enjoying the meal with friends or coworkers, that's got to be good for you, right?
I think so.
Okay.
It's good for the soul. Soul food.
Yes, there you go. All right, well, I would love to stay here and finish this entire meal. They've set the bar very high.
They certainly have, but I think we have more spots to hit, right?
We have 2 more spots to hit, so let's hit it.
All right, man, let's go. I have to apologize, Joe.
Go.
Once again, I've brought the weather with me.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
We came to LA and it rained for like 2 weeks, which is unheard of.
I think it rains a lot in this part of the country, though.
This
so
makes it, I feel less
feel
bad
that
for this part, at
Yeah.
least.
You know what would really brighten up our day?
What's that?
Another bowl of gumbo.
Some more gumbo.
We're heading to Gabrielle, also in the same area, the Treme area. Spot number 2, please put your phone away.
Yes.
Thank you. There's plenty of Pokemon to catch after this.
For once, I wasn't on Pokemon, but carry on.
All right, spot 2, Gabrielle, right down the street from the place where we just were. We do have a production van, so we had to get in, find new parking, drive down the street. It's quicker to walk, but it's not just us. So, but yeah, I mean, it really is a hop, skip, and a jump away from the first place we were just at. Here they have a 24/7 perpetual stock. So the stock they use to make the various gumbos is going 24/7. They're throwing stuff in there, so it's like just absorbing all of the flavor of all the delicious food that's been coming out of the kitchen since probably the beginning, right? It's all in there, and they even add scraps from other meats, drippings from the duck. They're adding leftover wine, not from glasses, from the bottles. So what we're having today, you cannot get anywhere else in the city, or dare I say the world.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm very into it. When you get a perpetual situation like that, like a constantly simmering pot, again, you're getting the flavor of what you're putting into it right now, but also the flavor of all the stuff you put into it like a week ago, which I personally love. I feel like also it means it'll just be a little bit different every time. You could probably come back here like 2 weeks' time and have a slightly different tasting dish.
Well, NOLA.com had a best gumbo bracket on their site with tens of thousands of votes. This was voted best gumbo in Nolans.
Okay, the people's champ.
People's champ right
People's
here.
champ gumbo.
So I am really excited. I noticed they have 3 different gumbos on here. Seafood, hen, a gluten-free one. No thanks.
Barbecue shrimp pie. I mean, come on.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Anything else on the menu catch your eye?
Yeah, the alcohol. It's time to
Great
start
shout.
drinking. We're in New Orleans. We've gone out every night, and every morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, can't be doing that again. And then every day around the last one,
5 o'clock.
it's like, all right, so we're drinking on what?
Seafood gumbo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the faux pas, the gluten-free steak
Oh,
and
nice.
tomato.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank
Just have
you.
some bread out for you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I think I got the good one. I have been informed that although they keep using the same stock, it actually isn't simmering or being heated 24/7. They do put it away and then bring it back out. So.
But it's still the same stock.
Yeah, it's the same stock. Yeah, okay, great.
That's fine.
This looks
All right, man.
incredible. I'm very excited about this.
So we've got 3 plates of gumbo. I have the seafood one. You have the sausage one. And we also got the gluten-free one.
You know, I know I was kind of joking off the
did not
gluten-free
like.
one, but looking closer in the thing, it's got steak, short rib, and beef shank in there. 3 different meats.
three different beefs.
All right, it's the alpha male protein rich. This is the one you eat before you go powerlifting.
Sure.
So, sounds pretty good, actually.
Right. Well, I was going to do some powerlifting later today, so that works perfectly. Actually.
Perfect.
Yeah, cool. I mean, this looks amazing. Slightly like darker color, maybe,
Yeah.
compared to the other ones we've had. It's that perpetual stock, you know.
But it definitely has like a thicker roux consistency to it, right?
Yes, glossy. So I've got the seafood one. It's got shrimp, crawfish, and crab in here, I think.
Nice.
Triple seafood.
My guy's got the chicken sage apple sausage, hen, and it's a duck roux.
Oh, yeah.
What up, ducks?
Oh man. All right, I'm excited.
This is packed with flavor, right?
Oh yeah. Again, no seasonings on the table. Do not need them.
I couldn't, I mean, you'd be mad to add anything to
Imagine
this.
seasoning this.
What I love about it, because it's with the rice, it soaked up all that flavor. So you're getting everything delicious with the roux in here, but also like it's a little heartier because of the rice.
Rice really is like the perfect delivery vessel for this, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing, just like a visual thing to point out, like if you kind of take a spoonful of this,
Yeah.
the way it kind of like gloops a little bit, it's so like glutinous,
It has some
thick.
gloopage, yeah. I love this. Do you want to try some of it? There you go.
That's so good. Thank you,
Sure. And bringing this over.
Oh,
Oh, that's like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very impressive.
I actually might prefer this one.
I think I
we,
prefer this one.
we can swap.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that we swapped.
Oh man.
Wow. You know, when you get all this seafood into one thing, it doesn't clash at all. They actually work together, which I know is like obvious, but usually when you have like different proteins together, it might be kind of like, I don't know about this, but they're all working together beautifully.
I gotta say, yeah, the roux, the sort of sauce for this one,
Yeah.
the flavor is packed in there, man.
Yeah.
So like savory, umami, every bite.
Yeah, look at this. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh man,
Fantastic. I love it.
that's glorious. Again, like, it's just not quite a dish that I've really had any version of before,
Sure.
particularly in the UK.
Yeah.
These flavors, I think, are very specific to this area. So it's difficult to compare this to anything, but suffice to say, it's delicious.
Isn't it delicious?
The amount of flavor
Absolutely right.
packed into here.
I mean, these clearly came out of the same kitchen, but even between the two of them, you're just like, wow, such like distinct flavors that you're getting just by virtue of those proteins versus these. I think it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with how great this is.
I really love the way the sausage in this one adds a real like smokiness to it.
Yeah.
Which again, when you already have this like savory broth, it's just like savory on savory. That's beautiful.
I'm curious about gluten-free one. Already I can see
Gluten-free
that it's a little bit more brothier than the other one. They didn't thicken it up. Is there a thickening agent, I guess, you could use?
So that one I think has like a cassava flour which is like a gluten-free flour.
I think
instead.
almond flour is gluten-free, isn't it?
I think it might be.
All right.
And what a lovely wine, may I add.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Try this.
Hit me. I need some beef.
This might be my favorite one.
Wow.
This is really
After
good.
you spent ages
I
dunking
know.
on it, man.
Hey, that's what the show's all about, learning things together. I flip and I flop, all right?
We're big enough people to admit when we're wrong. That's the important thing.
Right?
Yeah, that beef is good.
That's really good.
Uh-huh.
The short rib?
So tender,
Yes.
but still so meaty.
Yep.
Oh, that's really good. Uh-huh.
Maybe gumbo doesn't need gluten.
Yeah. I don't get too much of a textural difference either, actually. Do you?
I felt a little bit. I felt the roux is a little smoother or more brothy, I guess.
Maybe slightly. Yeah, these have all been really good. I'm impressed by all of these.
Yes, I guess it is.
If I may make a recommendation.
What's that?
Get yourself a bread roll. Mop up some sauce.
Recommendation will be take under advisement, my man. That looks very good. How is it? Yeah?
Yeah, that's the move.
where it's at.
That's the move.
Man, bread is just awesome, right?
Bread rules.
Come on with bread.
rules. Can you believe they invented this like thousands of years ago?
Can't believe it.
It's like a complicated process.
Yeah,
It was
exactly. That's one thing I've tried making it, and I'm like, I couldn't even have guessed how to do this. Like so many steps, you're just like, well, I'm adding what to what now? Yeah, bread rules.
So what do we got here?
Okay, it's the barbecue shrimp pie. This is a homemade pie shell filled with smashed sweet potato, yo.
Okay, all right.
And it's topped with New Orleans style barbecue shrimp. I'm gonna try Shrimpy Boy first.
See, savory pie. Usually a thing that the Brits do that Americans don't, but
Yeah.
you guys are getting on the hype train.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shrimps alone are very good. Oh, it's like purple inside because of the sweet potato stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
This is very good. This is very good. Here, let's put it over there. Which one do I want?
Pick a gumbo, any gumbo.
Let's pick this one because it's closer, but I think I also want to try it.
The sauce on here is just kind of like the same roux.
I think it's different, but you tell me.
So let's have a go.
Bread!
Oh man, the amount of wine in that sauce.
The flavor just hits you.
Uh-huh.
To me, it's like you'd never be stuffed up in this state. The second you're getting the sniffles, just like eat some gumbo, clears everything out. I love it.
I'm not a guy with a great spice tolerance, but these have all been well within my bounds. Not to say it has no spice, it definitely has a little bit, but I wouldn't say spice is the focus.
And I'm glad that, because I thought everything was going to be super spicy just for the fact of it. I'm sure you can get really spicy gumbo here. But I feel, and I say this on every episode when spice comes up, it's like, look, it can be as spicy as it wants to be, but I'm here to eat something delicious, not something hot.
Yeah, right.
You know? I mean, if they wanted to increase the spiciness, go for it, but will that compromise the flavor? It doesn't need to be spicier.
No, there's so much going on here. I think adding spice would just be detracting from all of
Yeah.
the other work that you've done. You've taken like literally weeks in this case to
Yeah.
make this beautiful stock,
Yeah.
this beautiful roux. Why would you just like chuck a load of chili in there and kind of ruin it all?
Gonna do that. This isn't hot ones. Okay. This is absolutely fantastic.
Really good.
I get it now.
Which was your favorite of the 3 gumbos that we tried here? It's hard, right?
The gluten-free one.
Really. Look, there's no shame in admitting that you were wrong sometimes.
Yeah. How about you?
I think maybe the hen one actually might have done it for me. It was something about the smokiness of that sausage.
Yeah.
How well that worked with everything else in there.
Yeah.
One of the most like intensely savory mouthfuls
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever had, and they're so good. But all really good. Beef one was also great, gluten-free. Seafood also great. Shrimp here, phenomenal.
This place is so great.
It's really
This
cool.
is really fantastic.
Yeah, I like it a
right?
lot.
Feels like a nice neighborhood spot too. You can pop in here whenever. Have a delicious bowl of gumbo
And a lovely glass of wine.
and a lovely glass of wine.
How's your wine?
It's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a wine.
Yeah, red. All right, I got one more gumbo I want to take you to. Unfortunately, we can't do it today, but we're going to go tomorrow.
Sure.
And it's going to be great.
All right.
So rest up for one more gumbo.
We can sleep this one off, go again tomorrow. I'm excited.
I got a gumbo hangover. Oh. All right, Harry, it's a new day. Time for some gumbo. It's about 11 a.m. and we're heading over to Little Dizzy's.
Yes, sir. I washed and wore the same shirt. You did not get the memo?
I did not get the memo. Little Dizzy's opens at 11. We're getting there pretty much a little after 11, and from what I've heard, they're already queuing up. That means a line outside the door. This place is very popular, so hopefully we'll get a table.
Okay, fingers crossed.
It opened, no joke, 13 minutes ago, and there's not an open table in the spot. That's how popular this place is. So naturally, we had to come here. I took you here because when you search Gumbo, New Orleans, this place on everybody's list, right?
Yep.
So I had to take you here. Little Dizzy, assuming it was named after Dizzy Gillespie's and the logo there.
Sure.
Right?
For someone who doesn't know jazz, you seem to know who Dizzy Gillespie is, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You know, little tiny bits.
I know a little bit about it. I know my man Dizzy Diz. And yeah, we're here to try their gumbo. I want to say they have all types of amazing soul food here, but we're doing gumbo today.
Of course. Yeah, I feel like they could also have been in the chicken episode. That was another thing that came up when we were searching them beforehand.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a great spot. Like you say, super busy, super popular spot.
Yeah.
Local neighborhood joint. We're back in the Treme neighborhood, right?
I believe so, yes. Gabrielle's, where we went the other day, was voted the best gumbo in the bracket, but this came in number 2. But to be honest, I mean, these things are subjective, so maybe this should have won. We'll find out. A lot of celebrities have come through here. George W. Bush visited here right after Hurricane Katrina. I think I saw Obama on the wall, too.
From what I can gather,
Yeah.
the family that built this place, kind of like New Orleans food royalty, is that
Yes,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. Family's in the restaurant business for generations. Unfortunately, they closed a little bit during the pandemic, but the outcry from the public was so strong they wanted Little Dizzy's back that they have since reopened, and they're here at this beautiful location.
Nice. So it's very much a family business passed down through the generations.
Absolutely, absolutely. What I like about it, you go in there, it's like very communal. Kind of learning like New Orleans, like they really emphasize community in their places. Like it's really, they want their restaurant to be the spot that everyone in the area can come in whenever, have a delicious meal, delicious bowl of gumbo. I like that.
Yeah, even to kind of like break the fourth wall a little bit, when we're speaking to the owners and we're saying, oh, well then we're also going to this place or that place, the vibe isn't like a rivalry. It's very much like, oh, I love those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love what they do there. You should go check them out.
Yeah.
It's really nice, like
Yeah.
communal vibe. Everyone's kind of supporting each other rather than trying to fight for supremacy.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go get us a couple bowls of gumbo and maybe some sides.
Sounds fantastic.
I love New Orleans. I got married here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I did.
Congrats.
Yeah. Not recently.
Several years ago, yeah.
My wife and I, we love it here. This is the first time I've been here since then. Yeah, this place is great. So after the ceremony, we did like a lap around the block with everyone walking around, and we had a band playing with us as we were walking. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. I don't recall it being that expensive, and I think anyone can do it. You can just got a couple bucks and get it. You can walk down the street with your homies.
Yeah.
The band
Awesome
following you
guys.
around. I don't know for how long, but yeah. Oh, you really missed out. We were out last night. I think they got some footage of it. There was a second line band on the street, just playing some jazz, some big bandy jazz.
Yeah.
People dancing. It's a lot of fun.
I was told you guys were just going for a couple of drinks, and I was
Yep.
feeling very tired, so I skipped it. Then you're in karaoke bars until like.
Okay,
1
we
a.m.,
said we were
so-
going out for a couple of drinks in New Orleans. What are you surprised by? What do we got here? Gumbos?
Gumbo.
Thank you, sir. Awesome.
There we go.
That's chicken?
Yeah.
Sir. Fantastic.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
sir. I mean, you kidding me with the sausage in here?
Right.
Now, I don't know about yours, Harry. Mine has a quarter of a crab in it. Now, I'm not quite sure if I'm supposed to dig into this. Obviously, I could, but I think this is just to add flavor to it.
This thing is almost like 50% meat by
Yeah.
weight. This is crazy.
This
I didn't
looks-
get a crab in mine. I feel like it's when you used to get like a prize in your cereal box.
No, so when you get an order of fries and there's an onion ring in there too. Like, it's like, ha ha. Yeah. I'm going in for a bite. I can't wait any longer.
Yep, same. Get some rice.
Wow. It is.
Sausage is fantastic.
It completely eludes me how you can make something this flavorful. Wow.
Yeah, that sausage in particular, so meaty,
Yeah.
a little bit smoky, salty. It's like everything I want from a bite of meat.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's
and-
also in this incredible
It makes
broth.
perfect sense why the wine was out the door. People lined up for this, and I don't blame them.
God, that's fantastic.
I completely understand now why when this place closed during the pandemic,
Yeah.
that the neighborhood demanded they reopen.
People like revolted.
Could
They
you
were like,
imagine
yeah.
having this regularly and then it being taken away from you? I would lose my mind.
You've had a taste of the good life. You can't give this up.
Everything is amazing. Like of all the places we've gone this entire trip, this is one of the best.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing about this type of cuisine, like soul food. Like, yeah, you got greens, baby. They're sauteed, but you got butter and garlic here. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I feel like
Asian greens.
in the UK, if you see greens on a menu, you're like, oh, the healthy option. It's like, so garlicky.
That's a perfect amount of garlic.
I don't think I could go any more garlic than that. No vampires within like a 5-block radius of
That's
little
right.
Dizzies. I know we have the gumbo, but they do also have some very good looking fried chicken.
Yes. Famous fried chicken. We did not include them in our fried chicken episode. That's another thing about soul food. Every place does gumbo. Every place does fried chicken. I heard that crunch.
Like
baby.
you can just see the skin on
Yeah.
here has kind of formed like crackling.
Oh my god.
Get in there, man.
Okay. you see where Popeyes gets the nerve, right? To be like so seasoned versus everywhere else. I've always been a big advocate for Popeyes.
Yeah.
When you come to the source, this is 10,000 times better than Popeyes. But you're getting that style of fried chicken where it's just flavored like to its saturation point.
Yeah. No seasoning has been skimped on here.
Oh boy. We have had 3 amazing gumbos. Start off at Dookie Chase's. Historic, if not for its food, but for the family and for its involvement in this neighborhood over the past, what, 80 years in New Orleans?
A long time. Yeah. 5 generations
About that, yeah.
of the Chases.
Yep.
Been bringing incredible food. The cultural significance is hard to overstate. We've had presidents dining there. We've had other world leaders dining there. We've had civil rights leaders dining there. You really do feel like when you step in there, you are kind of stepping into history. And the food is also just incredible.
After that went to Gabrielle's.
Gabrielle.
What did you think of Gabrielle's?
I love Gabrielle. Really liked the kind of vibe in there, like that French bistro style, felt very European. Slightly more modern, but still well within that kind of New Orleans scene.
Absolutely.
Gumbo there was fantastic. Probably the darkest gumbo that we've had today in terms of the roux. Dense, rich, like gloopy. Flavor was just packed in there.
And then number 3, here we are.
Here we are. Little Dizzies.
Little Dizzies. Unbelievably flavorful. Just packed with sausage, packed with meats, packed with seafood. Just incredible flavor. So impressed by everything but the gumbo. And as you just heard, we've been talking about it for the past 5 minutes. Just completely wowed by how delicious it is.
Yeah, super popular spot. You can tell how important this spot is to the Tremaine neighborhood. Getting that food to go, getting that food to sit around with your friends. Everything's been delicious. I do love the neighborhood feel to this place.
Absolutely. Well, we have to pick one. We're contractually obligated to do so. Which was your favorite gumbo?
So hard. This is probably the hardest decision we've made in New Orleans, and also one of the hardest decisions in food tours.
Wow,
Stop,
really?
that I've had to make. Yeah.
Yes.
If it was based purely on the gumbo, it might have been that bowl of guinea hen at Gabrielle's.
Wow. Okay.
But I do think I'm going to have to factor more things into the decision. And I think for that, it's kind of hard to look past Dookie Chase.
Yeah, Dookie Chase's was my favorite.
The food was incredible,
Amazing.
not far off of the other ones we've tried, like hair's breadth in it.
Yeah.
But again, I think if you look at the cultural significance, the historical significance, the tradition going on at Dookie Chase's, it's the spot. Like if you come into New Orleans and you want the gumbo, you kind of have to go there.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Although everything we've had has been absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing was, when you were there, you just felt that communal, historic presence that the place has, and also the food was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, all the other ones like I really enjoyed, but like Dookie Chase just it's a little bit better.
I think I agree.
So you had never had gumbo before, huh?
No, first time trying it on this trip. I feel like I've now had a sort of baptism in gumbo. I've been dunked in the gumbo river and come out a new man. It's fantastic. Such a delicious food, and also one that I really do think kind of encapsulates New Orleans Creole Cajun cuisines in a bowl. Whenever you taste gumbo or any of the gumbos that we tasted on this trip, you do feel the love that's gone into it. And yeah, for a second you're like, this is kind of the only thing that matters right now. What's that in front of me?
Well said. So now you can go back to the UK and have all that bland, flavorless food. It's like you've seen color, you can't go back to black and white.
Yeah, it's going to be sad. It's going to be tough. I'll just have to come back again.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Fietti's been here?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
He must have been here.
Maybe. It doesn't strike me as the place that would display his signature on the wall like some of the barbecue spots did.
Imagine him watching Chef Leah make this incredible food and just tasting, just be like, he's like, donkey sauce. He's like, what? Get out of here.
I would need some trash can gumbo, please.
I'm taking you to some of the best fried chicken spots in New Orleans. So excited for this episode, man. I love fried chicken. They got that in the UK?
We do, yeah. It's very different, not as widespread. We have, KFC. We recently got Popeyes, which was exciting for us. I know that's a Louisiana thing, right?
That's it. Yeah. We're at the ground zero of the Popeyes franchise. We will not be visiting Popeyes today. We're starting today at Picnic, Provisions, and Whiskey. They have fried chicken here. They have provisions and they have whiskey. Is it too early to start to have a whiskey?
We're in New Orleans, so I don't think it's ever too early to start drinking. If you want to get whiskey, then I can join you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's on the sign. We have to get what they offer. Here's the 3 things we got to be thinking about. Okay, first of all, crispiness, the skin. I want nothing soggy. Number 2, juiciness, right? And then, of course, flavor. It's got to taste good. No, it has to taste great. And I'm starving, and I think I should put in the order right now.
Yeah, let's get eating.
Alrighty, guys.
Hey.
Oh, heck yeah.
I got a 2-piece thigh pray crawfish boil. We've got our picnic pepper pulp, which is like a dry hot sauce rub. Crystal hot sauce. They drain the barrels and they scrape all that stuff out and they send it to us. It's
nice.
delicious. You got a lemony miso mayo, some potato salad with zapped chips and bacon on top, your biscuit, and then our coleslaw with a sugarcane vinaigrette.
With that stuff, do we like spread it onto the chicken?
So some people
dip?
sprinkle it on top. A lot of people will dip it into your mayo and then dip it into the pulp.
I'll try that, I'll try
we use
that.
it in a whole bunch of ways, but any way you use hot sauce, we use it.
That sounds
Fantastic,
Cool.
thank you.
I'll be right
Thank
back
you.
with some plates, okay?
I'm super excited about this. Yeah, we'll take this piece.
Yeah.
Just gonna rip a piece.
You just ripping?
I just ripped.
Ripping and dipping.
Gonna do a dip.
I would do the same. I like it. Yeah, you kind of pick up the little crumbs on that.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unreal, right? The fried chicken here is known as their seafood boil fried chicken. I realize that sounds confusing. Let me explain.
Yeah, talk me
They
through
did
that.
not boil the chicken, and there's no seafood involved. They used the spices that you would normally find in a seafood boil, and they added it to the chicken, those blends and spices, so it has those flavors in the fried chicken. Make sense?
Okay, yeah, that does make sense. What goes into a seafood boil? I know like maybe Old Bay. That's kind of all I know about seafood boils.
I don't know. It's a proprietary blend. They're not going to tell us what's in it, but with certainty, it's not just Old Bay.
Just Old Bay,
They're
yeah.
back there pulling the labels off of the cans of
Just
Old Bay.
sharpieing it out.
Okay, crispiness, absolutely crispy.
Yeah, you get the crisp.
And the chicken is incredibly moist on the inside.
There's a real skill, particularly with a piece of chicken that's kind of thin like this actually, on
Yeah.
the thinner like flat inside,
Yeah,
to not dry it out when you cook it.
yeah.
And they've absolutely nailed it, like crispy on the outside, like you
Yeah.
say, so juicy on the inside.
Yeah.
It's like, man. That hot sauce is interesting. I quite like it, you know.
This setup here totally nailed it.
Even though the hot sauce is good, there's definitely heat in this as well.
Yeah.
The batter is definitely got some spice to it.
I want to try this potato salad. They broke in some zapped chips. The chips in there kind of give it like a nice crunchiness. That's fantastic, right? Has a little saltiness to it, but it's creamy, smooth, incredible flavor.
Oh, that's good.
To cool off with something like this that's like creamy and thicker. I love it.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm also intrigued by this.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken and biscuits. Southern thing, right?
These are the biscuits. These are things that you guys in the comments are saying, yeah, it's a scone.
I mean,
Not a scone.
visually it looks a lot like a scone,
But
less so when you open it up.
Visual from a distance, yes, but
Yeah.
delicious, right? Could be eating like this every day, buddy.
I'm a happy bunny right now, Joe.
Sugar cane slaw. I've never had this.
No, me neither. I'm seeing a lot of like coriander on there. Cilantro, sorry.
Incredible slaw.
Oh man,
Incredible slaw, dude.
that's so fresh.
Obviously, it's a fried chicken episode, but cannot stress enough. If you're getting all the sides that what this place has to offer, it is pairing perfectly with their incredible fried chicken that I absolutely love. Crispy, they got it. Juicy, definitely got it. Flavorful, hell yeah. So you can see what I took here.
Yeah, it's checking all the boxes. I will say, like, obviously we're sharing this plate.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel too heavy
No,
for
no,
a
no.
fried chicken meal.
No.
I could quite easily have put away both of these pieces of chicken and all of this, and I don't think it would have like knocked me out. I
Yeah.
think I would have been able to go about my day afterwards.
Yeah, I like the vibe of the environment here. It's like a neighborhood spot. You could pop in a couple days a week. I mean, they really have a great selection, not only food, but drinks as well. So you get provisions here in case you want to get some bubble tape. What I think is interesting about this is the three creators of this. Two of them came from the Commander's Palace, which is considered one of the best restaurants in the country.
Oh, wow.
And it's been around for a very long time. High, fine dining, difficult to get a reservation. They're cooking some of the best food in the world. Mega famous. And we had some people from there, and Daryl Reginali of Reginali's Pizza came together to make this amazing establishment that it just has this feeling of like, yeah, I could pop in here, get some incredible fried chicken, amazing sides, meet up with friends. Doesn't have any like pretension to it.
So you don't think you'd find fried chicken on the menu at like a Commander's Palace? Is it a bit more fancy in general?
They might. I mean, I'm not saying they don't, but it's something that like it's something that a place you're like, yo, let's pop in the Commander's Palace and get a bite to eat before we head out. Before we head out on Bourbon Street, it definitely is an event place to eat.
More of a chill vibe in here, for sure.
This was fantastic.
Really good.
Obviously, you can stay here and demolish this plate, but we have 2 more spots to go to, and we're gonna head out right now.
We pretty much did demolish this plate, but yeah, let's go.
Now, Harry, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the actual technique of frying chicken in oil came to America from Scottish immigrants.
Hey, there you go.
So, looks like the actual technique of frying chicken in oil, Scottish.
You're welcome, man. The UK holding it down. Who'd have thought?
Not so fast, but it was the African immigrants that did something really exceptional, which was add flavor and spices to the meats.
Sure.
So yeah, you might have brought the frying technique over here, but it was another culture that was like, what if we added salt, and pepper, and other things?
So between the Scottish, American, African, and Caribbean influences, fried chicken's really like a melting pot food then.
Got it. Takes a little bit from everywhere.
Nice.
So we're running low on gas, but the good news is our next destination is in a gas station. But don't let that deter you. People say this might be some of the best fried chicken in the city. Keys Fuel Mart. My man Jay, who runs the joint, is going to be there to meet us. He's going to hook us up with some chicken.
All right. Here we go, man.
One-stop shop,
Some
basically,
cold.
24 hours.
24 hours. Jeez, man. You cooking chicken all the time?
24 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to get to drink?
The beverage range at American convenience stores never fails to amaze me.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Oh, beer here, but we also got energy drinks.
I've not had a Gatorade on this trip yet.
Let's get like a soda. We got Barks.
Barg? What is Barg? I thought it said Bang.
Barks. Barks root beer.
Sure.
You never had Barks root beer?
No, sir.
All right, we're getting the Barks root beer. Ugh, zero sugar. Get out of here. Yeah, Barks root beer.
Sure. No.
Dude, Barks is the best.
Can't say I've ever had Barks before.
We'll do the combo, please. Yeah.
The only side we have is we only got fries.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's do fries then.
I'm down with the fries.
Keep it simple.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
we got it.
Cool.
Let's go.
All good.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to take this and eat somewhere nearby while you drink your Barks?
Yeah, Barks, you're a trifle. Trust me.
Right
Fantastic root beer. Right?
It's pretty flavorful.
That's very good, right?
No, I like it.
Yeah, we'll head over to a park nearby, hang out, eat our fried chicken, eat our fries, have a root beer and a Gatorade, and just, enjoy this warm summer's day.
Sounds like my perfect afternoon.
Fried chicken in Louis Armstrong Park does not get more New Orleansy than that. And this place has hooked us up. Check that out.
Oh, yeah.
$7.99, man. The price is nice.
Yeah, price to move.
I mean, I'm just gonna grab the leg because it's like right here.
Yeah, little drum.
Yeah.
Kind of want to just like take a part of what I think is the breast,
Yeah, get
but
the
this
big
thing
guy.
is enormous.
Yeah.
It's just like
Damn, dude, that's a big piece of chicken.
this. Does look pretty crispy to me.
All right, let's try it.
Here we
Let's
go.
just take a bite and see what we got. Oh, God.
I mean, it's juicy. As you've just learned the hard way, it's juicy.
And crispy. Oh, wow, that's really great.
Uh-huh.
There's a distinct flavor to this chicken. The flavor blend that they have for the skin. I've not encountered anything like this.
No.
It's really fantastic.
Definitely got a spice to it.
Oh my God. So juicy.
You should just clean that straight off the bone, man. I mean, it's salty, it's crispy, it's juicy. It's checking all the boxes that you want fried chicken to check, really. Just like take a bit of that crispy skin.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of flavor in there.
The bits around the edges, still super crispy.
Yep.
Oh, man.
To be fair, this was sitting in the box for like 20 minutes.
Still retained a lot of its crisp, though.
Definitely.
I really love the heat level on that.
Wow.
Just enough to like warm your tongue, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't really tell us what the secret recipe was, but whatever they're putting in there, I'm loving it.
Have you noticed it?
Well balanced flavors.
Picnic, we got our proprietary seafood boil spices. We're not sharing. This guy's not sharing.
Chicken's serious business around here, man.
Yeah.
People care about this stuff,
Love it.
and as they should. To be honest, when I heard that one of the spots we were hitting today was a gas station, didn't have high hopes. I
Oh,
feel like typically,
the hoity-toity Brit over here.
I feel like
We're
petrol.
going to a petrol station,
Petrol
mate. You're
station.
joking. Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said, and in the exact tone that I said it.
You having a laugh, mate?
You're having a laugh. But yeah, I think in the UK, like no one's really going to a petrol station to eat food.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea as well. Like they're open 24 hours. They're cooking chicken 24 hours a day,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
Very.
Especially in a party city like New Orleans is.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be at the bars. You're going to be on Bourbon Street. You got your daiquiris. You're on your way home. You're going to want something hot, fresh, a little greasy, a little salty, a little crispy.
Chicken.
Chicken. They're filling a real need, I think. It's kind of funny because it's kind of closer to like a London chicken shop.
I was going to ask you about that. This feels like a bit of a chippy, only it's chicken instead of fish.
Yeah, I'd say like, so it's kind of a London thing, but we do have like chicken shops in London.
Yeah.
But they are often in a similar way, like open kind of all hours, and it is pretty simple menu. Like again, chicken, chips, a few different forms. but it kind of like, it fills that similar need, you know? Like a lot of it is either people like leaving school, leaving work, wanting something quick and easy, or leaving the bars later on.
To say though, still exceeded my expectations.
100%.
This is absolutely fantastic
Yeah,
chicken.
definitely same with me.
Yeah.
General fried chicken question.
Lay it on me.
You have the entire fried bird
Yeah.
laid out in front of you.
Okay.
Are you picking breast, leg, thigh, wing? What are you going for?
I give it straight up, it always do convenience. I'm almost always going for the drum
Okay.
if I'm kind of on the go.
Yep.
I'm gonna be standing around. It's easy to eat, hold with one hand. If I'm sitting down, probably breast because it has the most meat. It's really going in there. But also what I like about the wing and the thigh, the meat to skin ratio is really good there, but it's a little more work to get it to clean those bones. So it really depends on how hard I'm looking to work or what I'm doing.
Interesting.
How about
I'm a thigh guy.
you? Really?
I'm a big thigh guy. Yeah.
We should get one more person and then start the thigh guys. Start our own channel. The thigh, everything
thigh
is
guys.
around the thigh piece of chicken. Just everybody's like, here we are eating thighs. Well, we almost ate all this chicken anyway.
Yeah.
I'm still hungry. You want to go to another place?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to finish this bit that I've like ripped apart with my bare hands?
I'm thinking there's more fried chicken in the city that you haven't touched, so I would like to eat some of that.
All right, man. Got another spot to hit?
Let's hit it.
All right.
This last place we're going to, I want to warn you, is world famous.
Famed around the world.
Famed around this world and beyond. Gus's world famous fried chicken.
Wow, so world famous is actually in the name. You
name.
weren't just saying that.
No.
It's actually officially world famous.
Officially world famous.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see if it's food tours famous.
Soon to be. I don't know if you saw the menu here, but they have 40 ounces.
I've heard a lot about 40s. I've heard like Edward 40 hands.
Yeah?
What is a 40?
It's 40 ounces of beer in one bottle. Your pints are 20 fluid ounces, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
So two of those, the liquid of that in one bottle, and it's designed for getting drunk.
Sure.
There's no way around it. You're not getting a 40 and like splitting it between your buddies and putting it on ice like a thing of champagne now.
No,
the
you're
40
having
is for
40.
you, probably at a tailgate or a parking lot or a stoop.
Frat party.
On the streets,
Yeah.
wandering around in a brown paper bag. And to pay homage how they used to do that, you can do that here. So maybe it's the last step of the day. You want to get a 40?
I think we should, yeah.
I will say though, malt liquor, from what I understand, is just like beer with a lot more alcohol in it. So much so that I think it changes from beer to liquor.
Sure.
It's called malt liquor. It's like a really powerful beer. There's the worst lager you've ever had, but also like the stinging aftertaste of like the worst whiskey you've ever had.
Yeah.
And 40 ounces of that.
We have like similar things in the UK where you have like strong lagers. They're mostly drunk by like teenagers who are trying to get drunk as fast as possible.
Correct. We do that as adults too.
Yeah, alcoholics as well.
Yeah,
involved.
you're getting it.
I used to, in my first year of uni, I would drink Frosty Jacks, which was like an extra strong cider, which is a cider, but it's like 9% alcohol.
Apple
and you
juice.
could get a 4-pack of them for like £5, £4.
Too funny. Yeah, you guys have your cider over there. It's not a thing over here.
No?
Oh, wait, no. They got Angry Orchard. Do you want to try our American cider?
Hard cider. I'm
Hard
good.
cider.
I'll take a 40 though. Let's do a 40.
Let's do a 40 of Coors Light. But we're not here to talk about just alcohol, although that was a lot longer than I should have gone on. We're here to talk about fried chicken. That's why I took you to Gus's world famous fried chicken. Okay, so what are we getting? I'm going to get us plates. Let's do a 3-piece. Maybe some sides, some slaw.
Yeah, any
Big
any southern sides that you think I should try while I'm here?
Oh, fried okra.
Fried okra sounds good. Some greens could probably benefit from some vegetables right now.
Contains pork.
Amazing. Southern vegetarian. Gotta have your pork and greens.
All right, I will get that. A couple of 40s. That's not good?
Sounds great to me.
All right, great. Thank you.
That's amazing.
I smell the cork.
There you go,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey.
Cheers, my guy. Love this.
What was the meme? It was, I got that dog in me.
Yeah.
And that Miller likes looking like the mailman.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, wow, chicken's already here.
Oh, that was fast.
White with fried okra, mac and
Yep.
cheese, and a 2-piece dark. Then you go get you some mixed with trace.
Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
This chicken looks ridiculous.
Looks special for sure.
You can see how crispy it is. The skin looks like glass.
The
It looks
golden
incredible.
quality.
Yeah.
of the fry. We have not seen
No.
skin that looks like this
We have
of
not.
fried chicken today. So visually incredibly impressive.
Yes.
This is the dark meat, correct?
So we got, a couple of pieces of dark meat.
Yes, sir.
Got a little side-by-side comparison. Also got the fried okra at the back here, as well as the mac and cheese.
This is really crispy.
Oh man.
All right, let's give it a shot. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Okay. Win on the crisp. It is juicy, but of the three we've had today, those last two were like, it was just pouring out of it.
Interesting. I would say personally, my experience, this is probably juicier than Keys. Probably on a par with Picnic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have just got different pieces, you know?
Yeah. The skin is its own game.
What's wild to me, I think, is that even if you just bite into like the middle piece of the breast there,
Yeah.
it's still really flavorful.
Yep.
Whatever they're marinating in, it's really soaking into the whole piece of the chicken. So that even when they cook it,
Yeah.
you're still tasting it throughout the meat. Although yeah, that skin, it's like glass, man.
Right? Isn't that really good? Very impressive. And before I was being like, yeah, who cares about a secret recipe? But actually I could see how they'd want to keep this under lock and key. Because this is dangerous how good this is.
Again, like nice amount of heat on it.
Yeah.
A tiny bit of sweetness I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm getting
from
that as well.
from something in there.
Yeah.
I'm really into it.
I wonder how this compares to the dark meats.
Yeah, do you want to grab a piece of dark meat?
Yeah. I'm grabbing this one just because it's closer.
We're losing napkins.
That is a flavor all of its own.
I'm trying to win you over to the dark side here. Thoughts on that compared to the first piece you tried?
Dark meat's better.
Yeah?
Definitely. Definitely. Very good.
I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with like the amount of work that it gets during its lifetime.
Yeah.
But you really get these like juicy, dense and flavorful pockets. I think compared to the first two that we tried, this is almost more like a batter than a breading.
Yes, good observation, yeah.
Just in the way that when you cook it, it forms that kind of like real hard shell around
Yeah.
the outside,
Yeah.
which then locks in all of that juice, all of that moisture. Whereas the other two were breaded. You're still locking in some moisture, but you don't get that kind of like hard casing that you do at Gus's, for example.
Want to try some of your sides? Going on the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, pretty classic like soul food side, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing it well in the South.
Yeah. Would this be your first time having fried okra? Okra, excuse
It
me.
might be. I can't remember having okra before. I do love how I saw okra and I was like, oh, like a vegetable. Oh no, it's fried.
Have you had that
Oh,
before?
it's good though.
No, it's all right.
I might have, but I can't put my finger on
I
when.
don't know what okra
Not
is.
sure.
I know okra in the universe of soul food.
Sure. Yeah.
I've never seen it
good.
used anywhere else.
No,
I'm sure it has. People in the comments will tell me. I just haven't noticed.
it's very tasty.
Gus's parents, they started making fried chicken in various taverns, protecting their recipe for fried chicken, to eventually, in the 70s, opening their own brick and mortar restaurant. Ran it for years, eventually they closed down and they passed away, RIP. Sometime in the early 80s, Gus took that secret recipe that his parents perfected over their lifetime and decided to reintroduce it to the world and opened up Gus's world famous fried chicken. So this is his parents' secret recipe.
Got it.
I mean, this thing is under lock and key. People, again, yet another place you're gonna go here.
Yeah.
They will never give the secret recipe.
Taking these recipes very seriously. They seem to back themselves. I mean, even on the cup it says, if you haven't eaten at Gus's, you haven't had fried chicken, which is a hell of a claim.
But why is it when I see a recipe online and try and make it, it's completely destroyed?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with just the recipe. It's like the person making it, right?
There's a lot of like the technique involved, the skill, how hot you're frying things,
Yeah.
which oil you're frying things in.
Yeah. So they do a national fried chicken challenge every year, and in 2022, Gus has won.
Okay.
So at least in 2022, they got the crown the best fried chicken in the United States.
I
No
can kind
small
of see
feat.
why.
No small feat.
Yeah, a
Right?
lot of contenders there. The people of Nashville must be fuming with that.
Why?
Nashville hot chicken being surpassed by Gus's of New Orleans.
You know, I've had Nashville hot chicken. It's fine. It became this thing, like this, like style of fried chicken that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Nashville. Take it easy, all right?
I would like to do a Nashville episode at some point, so please don't burn too many bridges.
No.
This is some excellent fried chicken, and I can see why they would have won such a prestigious chicken award.
We went to this location by the French Quarter, but they have 27 locations throughout the country. So they have franchised and done very well for themselves. So secret recipes do pay off.
Yeah.
All right, we're here to do a thing, and we must do it now. We have to decide which of these three they've gone today are our favorites. And it is a hard decision to make.
It's a really hard decision to make.
The hardest.
Yeah.
This is the Sophie's Choice of fried chicken if she had 3 kids. I don't know, I never saw Sophie's Choice. Have you
Sophie's
seen it?
Choice 2, the sequel.
Sophie's Choice.
She's got 3 kids now.
We'll have 3. I don't know, I never saw the movie.
So we started the day at Picnic, Whiskey and Provisions.
Provisions and whiskey, yeah, but close
Provisions
enough.
and whiskey.
Yeah. Fantastic spot, love the vibe, really impressed. I definitely could tell that the creators, coming from immense pedigree of New Orleans food and New Orleans culture, decided to make something, as they said, like a picnic, a place where you're supposed to come with your family, have drinks, eat, enjoy yourself, really leaning into the neighborhood communal aspect of fried chicken, which this, as a dish post-Civil War, was something that, you know, brought communities together.
Yeah.
And I feel it's really cool they're celebrating that at the restaurant. And also the chicken was absolutely amazing.
Really good.
Like incredibly good. After that, we went to the Keys Fuel Mart. What'd you think of that?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I like the vibe in there. Again, that idea of just like fried chicken being an accessible food. They're churning it out 24 hours a day to a very high standard.
Yeah.
Owner was really cool. Yeah, grab and go. It felt very much like an authentic New Orleans experience. And now we're here at Gus's.
Tradition on a plate, amazing recipe, secret, no one's getting their hands on it. I don't know what they would do if they had it.
It's like giving the launch codes to
Yeah.
the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Can't let the Colonel get anywhere near this.
I mean, absolutely fantastic chicken. Love the crispiness of the skin, the flavor it's of its own.
Different to the others we've had. That crispy skin, like I say, almost more like a battered vibe,
Yeah.
which personally I love because, as you said, one of the things that we wanted to look for in all of these dishes was like a crunch.
Yeah.
You definitely get that here. It's still got the flavors that you know and love. It's got that heat to it, and it was very juicy. Yeah, all in all, for me, this is quite a tough decision, trying to pick a favorite from the 3. How about you?
It is tough, but I do have one. I think, though, you like this so much because also you guys have battered sausages over there. See, right? I mean, this is reminiscent of a battered sausage, like the same type of skin.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but I strongly disagree.
Fair enough. I think any one of these would be someone's favorite meal if they came to this city. So I said anything wasn't bad, it was all really awesome. So really going on my personal preference, if I had to pick one, and I do, my favorite today was Picnic. Love that chicken. Love the mayo and the powdered hot sauce. Can it still be a sauce? Although all the things on the plate were fantastic on all the sides, the chicken itself just absolutely blew me away.
Yeah.
The flavor, the amount of care, the cook, everything about it, I was just like, wow, I've never had fried chicken this good before. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So for me, Picnic Provisions and Whiskey was my favorite today.
Yeah. You know what, Joe? I agree with you.
Wow.
Fine margins, because I did really enjoy this Gus's chicken particularly, but I do think overall, Picnic had a slightly better plate. That chicken was so tasty. The marinade, the breading that they were using there was delicious. It had like a little bit of a depth of flavor that I don't think we've had anywhere else, in that the chicken was a little bit hot, which was lovely, but it had like other flavor profiles. So it was like a little bit of citrus in there that really like elevated it, took it to that next level. You can tell that the founders have come from that kind of like fine dining, like fancy restaurant background, but the vibe in there they've managed to create is just really nice, welcoming, friendly, local joint, and the food is sensational.
Yeah.
Again, I think as a tourist, I would recommend any of these that we've been to in terms of having authentic Southern fried chicken.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong.
I agree.
Unless you go to one of those Willie's or Voodoo Chickens on Bourbon Street. Probably don't do that.
Somebody explain that to us, why there is half a dozen Willie's and none of them are Willie Mays, which we couldn't go to.
No.
We closed down. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Voodoo
I mean, I'm from London where we have like Alaska fried chicken.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
a lot of like
it's like in
KFC
New York City
ripoffs.
with everything's a Joe's Pizza.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
Son of Joe's.
All right.
Man,
And with
this is
that-
great. Do you want to finish up and take these 40s on the road?
I think there's 40 to go. She took our caps.
She did.
Yeah.
Gotta get these before they go flat.
Cheers. All right, is that Louis Armstrong Park?
I see trees of green, Joe, do you?
Yeah.
Red roses too?
How does he sing again?
I see trees of green, red
Are we
roses.
getting audio on this? Obviously, there's no way you're leaving New Orleans without doing a seafood boil. So why don't we do 3 today?
Sounds perfect.
How can I explain a seafood boil to a visitor? Obviously, there's some boiling involved, but you're gonna get a mix of delicious seafood straight from the Gulf of Mexico. You're ripping seafood apart with our hands. There's gonna be chunks of corn, sausage, Cajun spices. Every place I'm taking today is gonna have a different sort of variation on the seafood boil. Starting here at Boyle Seafood House. They do a little bit of like a Vietnamese flavor twist to this, which I'm very excited about. I've heard nothing but great things. I think that we're going to eat like kings today. It's gonna get messy, so get ready.
I do not mind getting my hands dirty. Seafood boils as a concept just don't really exist in the UK, so I am excited to give it a try. Thank you.
I like hot sauce with oysters.
No, definitely, thank you.
Absolutely. What am I seeing here, Joe?
This, my friend,
What am I seeing here?
is a bib, because we're gonna be making a mess.
How does this work? I'm being confused by it.
Kind of pop it off.
Oh yeah, yep. I thought for a second I was supposed to get my head through there, and I was like, my head is way too big for that. I think in general, the fact that we have a bib, it makes me feel like we're at like SeaWorld or something, about to watch a show. We're in the splash zone.
We're in the splash zone of flavor.
It just kind of adds to the event, you know. It's like, oh wow, like, I've got to get ready for this.
Yeah.
I'm mentally preparing myself for the seafood to arrive.
I am prepared to eat.
Hey, there we go.
Char grilled oysters. How good do these look?
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, go ahead. They're hot.
Oh, Jesus, they really are.
What do you think I meant?
I thought maybe you meant the oysters, but like the shells themselves are really hot.
The whole thing.
I'm just gonna fish it out.
Crystals.
Ooh, it's a juicy oyster. I also want a little bit of hot sauce. Got like some breadcrumbs in here.
I mean, I don't know how you can't think those are amazing.
These are good,
Buttery
man.
though? How good are
Big,
these?
juicy,
Look how big they are,
buttery. Yeah. The butter in that, so garlicky,
Yeah.
salty.
Yeah. I mean, getting to eat like this all the time, I think people in New Orleans are so lucky. I would love to be endlessly eating like seafood like this several times a week. Yes.
Hey, there we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I've not really eaten much crawfish before, or much crab, to be honest. What's the best way to go about eating a crawfish and a crab? The gloves are going on.
The gloves on, buddy.
Step one, glove up.
I'll grab one and kind of like follow along.
Yeah, we'll follow along.
Crawfish
Pretty good.
is a small twist and tear
Twist
that
and
gets you the
turn.
most out of the crawfish.
Mostly with the tail, right? So you're holding the head,
Yeah,
twist.
don't twist too much and then start tearing. So you lost a little bit of your
Lost a
stuff.
little bit in there.
Okay.
You can take
Okay.
and scoop it out like that,
I see.
Gotcha.
and you scoop the rest of that out. 'Cause that's the
Scoop.
flavor right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is the head here. Just suck on this.
Yes, get that in.
I'm still struggling. Still working on my tail here.
For the shrimp, pretty much the same way. Suck on that head right there. All that flavor in there, yeah.
I say twist and pull, suck. Yes. Now, once my friend here is ready, I think we're ready to go into a crab.
We got our crushers.
Nope, you got a knife?
That's how I get it.
Aha. Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's like a little like. So you just pull that
More
out.
back into the back of it. All right.
All right.
Oh man.
So you just,
There we go.
So we're pulling the top right off.
Yep. Don't
Okay.
eat the gills there. Those
Don't.
are the gills.
These are the gills.
I get rid of the gills.
Try not to stab myself.
And why not the gills? Just no flavor.
Dead man's meat, what do they call that?
Okay.
Dead man's meat.
All
I
right.
got
That doesn't sound
the
good.
guts and the fat up in there. You don't have to eat that, but it's not bad for you.
I think I know why. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. A seafood boil also includes like corn and potatoes. There's so much work.
Yeah.
When you're hungry, it's just like, look, I just want to put something right in my mouth right
Exactly.
now. I'm just gonna have some sausage.
Filling it up with some.
Yeah, but this is very helpful. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Man. I feel like I got maybe 30% of that, so you might have to keep helping me out as we go.
No, you got it. Okay. I love a little head pull. Get that flavor, the brain flavor, right?
I will say, the crab in particular, quite a lot of work,
Yep.
but it is really tasty meat.
This isn't something you just like go and like grab on your lunch break during work. This is
No.
something that you know the work that's going to go into it, so it's
Yeah.
part of the fun of it, you know? This definitely is known as a more like communal fun. Oh.
Yeah, not a quick bite.
That's why I just grabbed the sausage, which by the way is incredible. It's like I'm grabbing a piece of sausage.
Crawfish.
Wow. But what do you think of the taste?
So crawfish, we have them in the UK.
Is that right?
They're like an invasive species, so they're like kind of newer to the UK ecosystem.
Dude,
and
you
I feel
gotta
like
get
a lot of people don't know how to eat them yet, or still aren't really eating them.
Take a cue from the US. If it's abundant, just put it on the menu.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to at some point soon, because
Yeah.
they're like filling up our rivers and ponds pretty quickly.
I think we found your calling, my man. I think you gotta go back and you gotta start your own seafood boil.
Someone's got to do it. If it has to be me, then so be it.
You call it the Cajun Owl and Creole City. Cajun Owl in the Creole City.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the band you
The
like,
name,
Owl
it writes
City?
itself.
Owl City?
I do like Owl City, yeah. One of few people. Suck the head, yes or no?
Yeah. Get sucking. The Cajun
Now that
spices.
we've got the logistics sort of down
Yeah.
in terms of the flavor profiles, like
But
what are we getting here?
You're tasting like, I do get the Vietnamese influence of the flavor, right? It is spicy. You can taste the cayenne pepper, the paprika, just the flavors coming through here so strong. What I love about it too is that because it's boiled and just sitting in these flavor juices, that even though you're really like working to get to that meat, you know once you get it, the flavor, amazing.
It's in there.
Yeah.
Very buttery, I would say.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure a lot of butter goes into the mixture, but
And garlic. Ah,
garlic.
let's not forget about the garlic.
That butter in particular really like just permeates everything here. Everything in there is very. The one thing I haven't tried yet is some sausage.
This is a good sign.
Oh yeah.
When they bring your own bucket, it's like you know you're gonna be doing some damage. Yoink.
Look, why is it that when Guy Fieri puts trash cans on his menu, you criticize him?
You know what? Yeah, because I'm not eating out of the trash can. I mean, the reason I took off my gloves is not because I want to stop; it's because I have to.
Sure. That's fair
So
enough.
this is, I mean, like I would go, dude. And you know what I love? This is maybe just like a mental thing, but the fact that when you go to a seafood boil and it's piled this high, and you're like, here we go, and then you're gonna see it going down.
Yeah.
You really feel like, man, we just have eaten today. I really have only gotten like maybe a mouthful of meat from the crab, shrimp, and crawfish. But it does feel like, I mean, it's just like primal to be like ripping, breaking shells and
Yeah.
sucking meat out, right?
I gotta say, we went for the medium on the spice as well.
Yeah.
He did warn us that for those who weren't used to the cayenne, that could be a little on the hot side. It's
How do you
definitely
feel?
like on the towards the upper threshold of my
If you
spice
didn't know
tolerance.
any better and you tasted this and I said, what spice level you think we're at, what would you say?
Maybe like a medium hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like medium, but I feel like we've had some food so far. Maybe with like the gumbo, I think I expected some of that to be spicier, but it really hasn't had like as much cayenne as we're now experiencing.
Yeah.
Personally, I like this a lot. This is like a pretty perfect level for me because
Okay.
you get all that rich meat, you get butter, that like stock and the sauce that's in there.
Yeah.
That heat just helps to like alleviate that a little bit.
Yeah.
I really like this. I think in terms of an introduction to seafood boils,
Yeah.
this has been great.
You hear that?
How's
We're
the
great.
bid?
Even he's watching us be like, see, there's no meat on me. Eat the other guys.
It's like, come on.
All right, well, I have a few more seafood boils to take you to, so ready for the next one?
I think so.
Let's go.
It's New
Obviously
Orleans.
not the most ideal weather today, but
No,
we'll be mostly indoors, so it shouldn't matter too much.
so good. I think you need to get in first.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Get on with it.
In 1983, the state of Louisiana was the first to have its official crustacean, which was, of course, the crawfish.
Gotcha. Official crustacean, is that something that a lot of states have?
Yeah, a bunch of them, actually. You want to guess which states have one?
Man, my American geography isn't that good. Can you name the crustaceans and I try and match them to a state?
All right. Dungeness crab.
Oh, well, Dungeness is in England, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Okay.
What are some coastal states? Maryland.
Incorrect. Oregon.
Damn.
Blue crab.
Connecticut.
Maryland.
Oh, so close.
This one, I mean, I bet you didn't even know it was on a coast. We'll start with the brown shrimp.
Is that a giveaway of some kind?
Maybe.
Is it on a coast?
I mean, I'm assuming it is, yeah.
Sure.
Yes,
Delaware.
it is, yeah. No, Alabama.
Sure.
Right?
I didn't know that was on a coast.
Yeah, I thought that was
Wow.
landlocked till like right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an easy one. Lobster.
Oh, Maine.
You got it!
Hey, there we go.
There you go. Now, what do you think the process was of getting an official crustacean? I think people were really like pushing for it. I think someone just in some like, I don't know, like state meeting was like, we declare the snow crab is our state crustacean. People are like, fine.
It's one of those like city hall meetings that like 4 dudes show up to. And they're like, I vote this one.
Yeah, anyone pose? No.
No, I don't care, I don't
We
care.
got it, yeah. We're on our way to Scyther's Seafood. It's about 20 minutes outside of New Orleans, outside the downtown area. But I
Gotcha.
think that still counts.
I think so.
All right, here's what's great about this place. Jason Seither opened this place 2004 originally as a seafood market. It was doing so well, and he was like, why don't I turn this into a restaurant? And thank God he did, because the seafood boil here is ridiculous. Don't take my word for it. Take Mr. Guy Fieri, who came here and visited once. Good enough for Triple D, good enough for the FT.
Absolutely.
All right, let's order.
I think it was the hamper that we were gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got any sides?
The Kung Fu tuna is really good. That's seared tuna, avocados, boiled shrimp, snow crab salad, spicy mayo and eel sauce.
That's all one thing? You know, why don't we try the Kung Fu tuna? Sounds interesting.
Sure.
It's good. It's seafoody, so we'll do that. Yes.
Ooh, that looks good.
Thank you. Looks delicious.
you.
Thank you. All right.
Some seared
tuna?
ahi.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Whatever the rub is on that tuna, that's good. It's like smoky, bit spicy. A little bit of crab
This is
salad.
great. Just stirring up. Ooh, there's a little avocado here, too.
Yeah, a little bit of seafood before your seafood.
That's one thing about this type of seafood. Like, I could have it pretty much every meal, right?
That's good stuff, man.
That is fantastic. Wow. Glad that was recommended.
Man. We're not boiling yet, but we've already had 3 different types of seafood.
Yeah. I like that.
So they did say that we're actually not going to get the crawfish here
Yeah.
because we just missed the crawfish
So
season.
we just missed the season. Some places, like the last one we were at, had them frozen and they were delicious. Not getting them fresh. I think my guy doesn't have them fresh, so he will not be serving them. Rest assured, there's plenty of things that are in season right now that we shall be eating.
Yeah, more the crab season they were saying, I think, right?
All right. Snip, snip, baby. Put the crab on my plate. You are right, though. That crab was a lot of work.
It really
for a
was,
little
right?
amount of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of seafood.
Oh, hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Yes, please, and thank
double.
you. Hey, look, even these prawns have eyes.
What's your favorite horror movie? Mine is The Krills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway, terrible jokes aside, this looks like a crazy plate of seafood.
I'm going in.
I was going to say, do you have any first thoughts, but you're just diving straight in?
This one, I mean, we got so many crabs. And I got the big legs too, right? They definitely hooked us up with some of the biggest seafood we've seen today, which I love to see. I figure since this is also its own seafood market, he literally is picking the cream of the crop for his restaurant, which I love.
We're getting the good stuff. It's straight from the source, straight into the sauce.
Yeah.
The butter.
Oh yeah.
Oof. No gloves and no bibs here. We are on our own, man.
Yeah, we're raw dogging this one.
Forgotten all of the lessons that we learned about how to properly peel and prepare seafood. Yeah,
Hey,
can I get
got the
that,
butter. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Incredible. What I love about the boil is the boiling on all these flavors. The flavors have just seeped into the meat. It is saturated with this incredible Cajun flavor. He has his own proprietary rub and hot sauce, which you can purchase here. So he's perfected a recipe, and I have to say that the unique flavor jumping out of this is just so distinctly to this place.
Yeah.
It's really fantastic. So what he's doing here, I don't think you can get anywhere else in New Orleans.
It might sound like a weird thing to say when you eat seafood like this.
Sure.
But it doesn't taste too fishy. And that's usually quite a good sign for like the freshness of this. You going straight in for a big crab?
Yeah, I gotta break one of these guys open here.
What was that? What was the hack that we had last time? It was take this little hinge off the crab.
No, you can do it with your hand. You don't need to. There you go.
I'm a coward.
Yes. This one already looking a lot meatier than the ones we had at the last place. So I'm gonna put these to the side for a second here.
Get one of those gills.
I'll see that in a second. Yeah, definitely technique's got to get better with time, but
Yeah, practice makes perfect. You getting the hang of it? I think I very, very slowly am getting the hang of this. Oh yeah, look at that. It really does unlock something like primal in you, doesn't it?
yeah,
Just being able to like rip a creature apart and tear the meat from the bones.
yeah, and also like the abundance of it, like good haul today.
Yeah, which we of course fished ourselves.
Yeah.
Hunter-gatherers right here. Do you think you'd be very good in a hunter-gatherer society?
Terrible,
Yeah, same
terrible.
here.
My survival this far has been my ability to talk shit. Not needed out in the wilderness at all. At all. Come on. Just what? Oh!
Oh, the juice.
Got me in the
Did I
eye.
just get you with that?
Yeah!
I was just going to say how juicy they are,
Jesus.
but I didn't need to tell you. You found out the hard way.
Yeah.
A beautiful claw meat. Look at that. Get one of these big legs, man.
Yeah.
More like a snow crab.
All right. That's a good way to cut my hand open.
Yeah, one of us is getting injured today.
I already did. I got the juice in my eye.
That's not an injury. Come on.
Okay, hang on. Come on. Come on. Bro. Bro.
Oh,
bro.
he's doing it.
Oh!
There we go.
Satisfied. The butter? No.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get the same. I'll give it a try.
I'm trying no sauce.
And shimmy it out from the other end.
This is so good.
My hands are so covered in juices that I can't actually pick
This is
anything up right now.
so fantastic. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I say, maybe like less emphasis on the kind of like sauce and the broth that you end up with here.
Yep.
But more emphasis on just the meat itself.
Yeah.
The freshness, the quality. Can smell that butter. Oh, man.
I think if I can like get
no.
underneath this, I can almost like wrap
Oh,
around.
that might be my favorite, you know.
What is that?
The big legs.
Yeah.
One thing, like bit of a sleeper hit, but these potatoes
Dude,
are
they soak
delicious.
up all that flavor,
Yeah.
right? Get in there.
Are they like just boiling these?
They're boiling it in the same water they do everything else, and that also has all the seasoning that we're talking about.
Right, of course. It's really impressive to me that you take a giant pot, you're throwing stuff into it. It might seem simple, but to do it really well is actually quite hard because
Oh, yeah.
all these things need to be cooked for like a different amount of time. This potato is like incredible. It's like a perfectly fluffy, soft consistency on the inside.
It's a big deal coming from a Brit, right?
Yeah.
You like the potatoes. Oh, man.
So far, seafood boil does seem like it's more suited to probably a summertime activity. Again, I like the vibe here because we're outside, we're in this big open space. It feels like you're in someone's backyard, you're having a celebration,
Yeah.
you're getting together.
Yeah, it definitely has like the neighborhood family vibe
Yeah.
out here. They're like, definitely come here with your mates.
Yeah, man. Scythers, they got it figured out.
Oh, boy. I'm getting that post seafood boil elation.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
see the boil high.
Yeah, from working for our meal, eating. So I think I have room for one more seafood boil.
Yeah,
Think you do one more?
I think I can handle one more.
Let's finish our beers and let's go.
All right, man.
Cheers. So we're on our way to Klessy's, the third seafood boil of the day. Klessy started by doing seafood pop-up boils at bars and various areas before finally getting his own brick and mortar spot, which we're heading to. You've already had two. How you feeling?
Not too bad. I do feel like you're kind of getting a workout while you're eating this stuff.
Yeah, we're burning calories as we eat.
Yeah, it's like a cooler version of celery. So I feel okay. How about you?
I feel that if we work hard enough and eat the proper amount of meat, this whole day will be a calorie wash.
Yes, just
Right?
calorie neutral.
Yes, with a calorie neutral one. Oh, we're gonna eat one more.
Gonna eat more?
Third stop of the video, Klessy's. Dude, we have said this before, we'll say it again. The cartoon version of the thing we're about to eat is somehow incorporated into the menu, into the signage. You know, the food is gonna slap.
We're sat on the decking area outside, and you can actually see the area where they're doing all the boiling, which is very exciting to me. It's kind of like you're getting dinner and a show.
Hey, winner of the Times, Picayune, best seafood boil out of 32 different locations. So you know we're gonna eat really well.
Okay. The menu looks really exciting. Obviously, you have the seafood boils. Also, I'm seeing a few other things on here on the appetizers that excite me.
What's jumping out at
I'm
you?
seeing crawfish rangoons.
Yo!
You've had the crab rangoon. Now it's crawfish rangoon time.
Yes.
Also, gator bites.
Have you
Fried
had,
gator
have you had
bites.
alligator before?
I've never eaten alligator in my
I
entire
have.
life.
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Also, because it's Friday, we could get free garlic fries, but in order to get that, we have to order a pitcher of beer.
Oh, man. I hate both of those
I know,
things. What a disaster.
Yeah, but I like garlic
Psych.
and fries. I'm feeling vitalized. I'm ready for one more seafood boil. Third one, gotta do it here.
The black and gator bites.
Yes, sir. Thank you and thank you.
The jambalaya cheese fries.
Thank you so
yeah.
much. Oh, wow.
My man, there's the gator you asked for. I haven't had gator in 6, maybe 7 years, so I don't recall the taste. I know it had a bit of a chicken meets seafood sort of flavor. So,
Okay.
and this is blackened, so this was just like on that grill.
I'm gonna try it with no sauce just for the authentic gator taste, you know.
Very good.
I see what you mean. It's that weird like fish chicken hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like got a little bit of the chew of chicken, but
Yeah.
it's kind of flaky as well.
Yep.
Really good though.
Yeah.
Flavorful.
Gator's awesome.
Yeah. Why don't
Again,
we-
I think it'd be more popular if it just wasn't so darn hard to kill. Right? For all we know, great white shark is amazing, but we'll never know. You got some crawfish goons.
Crawfish rangoon.
Sounds like they started the boil back there.
Either that or they're like flamethrowing a gator.
Yeah. Either that or they're landing a plane right behind us. Regardless,
Good.
really good.
Plus jambalaya fries.
Jambalaya fries. The jambalaya usually is a stew with rice. And I don't know how often jambalaya, if it has cheese,
Yeah.
but this one does. And jambalaya. It's a dish that just, you hear it and you're like, oh my god. The flavors, the spices, Cajun mix. You know jambalaya is just like a flavor explosion, right?
Oh yeah. That's
To
really
apply
good.
that same spice profile to a basket of fries with cheese, love it. So good.
Good fries.
Yeah, right?
Fries and rice, interesting pairing, but kind of works, you know. Carb on carb.
Toilet rice is great.
Carb me up.
Wow. Hey.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Big reveal. Ready?
Yeah.
Ew. Hot damn.
We got big boy shrimps.
Here we go. These are
got-
some serious shrimp.
What's under here? There's so many goodies under here. We got crab, booyah, and big sausage. Oh, you kidding me?
Thick
Where
sausage.
to start? I think
Goodness me.
now that I've learned a little bit more about.
Yeah. And do we demo some crab technique?
Yeah, all right, pull the pin.
I feel like we're pros by now.
Yeah.
My knife again. There's my knife.
I think I'm just mangling this friggin' thing there. And then
Gills
this
go. The dead man's meat or whatever they call
one.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good
that's-
meat. Uh huh.
We're learning, buddy. We are learning.
Slowly getting the hang of it. There's a little meat in these like smaller legs.
Yeah.
It's mostly in the pincers that we are interested in though for the most part.
Yes, sir.
And you went in.
The flavor in this,
Good.
unbelievable. Yes. Clearly, it has had enough time for all this to settle in.
Yeah. And that's all good meat.
Fantastic. What I'm noticing about this one, similar to the second one we went to, the sauce, the broth that it was in, is obviously not part of the dish, really. So make sure that the flavor, the seasoning for this has just seeped into every single crack and crevice of everything. And just no matter what you bite into, you can just taste all that amazing flavor. Oh, your head is coming off. Your head is coming off, buddy.
Behead it.
Ooh.
Go Henry VIII on that shrimp
Yeah.
right now.
Goodbye.
For those who don't eat a ton of seafood or
Yeah.
shrimp, the idea of like slurping on the head of the shrimp
Yeah.
is a bit off-putting.
A little bit of that hoity-toity UK attitude there. No slurping, eating. That
We
is
love that
something. That
stuff.
is something like culture people think they're supposed to do. Is like eat in complete silence.
Is it?
Right? Take small little bites of everything. Come on,
Maybe.
man, get in there. Join the common man. Join the
what-
common American man.
When you
Start
have-
slurping. I keep cutting you off.
That makes sense. When you have that amount of flavor in there, slurping on that skull, even that is like just packed full of this delicious juice.
Yes, sir.
So that's why people do it. I get it now. Oh, good.
Oh, look out.
Whoop-ah. It's a slippery one. I feel like our crab technique has improved a lot there.
I think it's improved a lot. I haven't gone to
Yeah.
the legs yet. I got
Yeah.
sidetracked by this big shrimp or
I
prawn.
definitely still have some meat left on here that I'm sure seasoned boilers would not approve of. Bear in mind, I started from
I think we're doing
a
pretty
basic
good
level.
for a couple of novices. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Let's give ourselves
I
some
think
credit,
I
huh?
think we both agree that we're doing a good job. What do you
Yeah,
think?
give ourselves a pat on the back.
All right. I like how this cracked off.
Personally, the garlic butter excites me a lot. I'm getting in there.
Good addition, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Butter on its own, obviously delicious. Garlic butter,
Turns it up a notch.
forget about it.
So it seems like this would be the same as the other ones, but this really has a distinct flavor to it. Like the Cajun spices in this really are more pronounced than the
Coming
other
through
places
for
we've been
you?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely coming through. And the garlic butter is a nice touch.
Yeah. One thing I will say, even though the sort of bright red sauce isn't as visible in this dish compared to somewhere like boil earlier,
Yeah, huh?
definitely got a heat to it.
Yes.
Definitely still getting that cayenne.
Yeah. Ah, there we go. Yes. Dip.
Butterfly.
Ah, I'm eating it. Oh, the sausage.
Oh yeah. Andouille.
All right. Cooked really well.
Gotta have the sausage.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh yeah.
You know, I haven't had corn at any of these places. You can get in some of this corn.
We keep overlooking the corn. I mean, you can't really blame us, right, when there's all this tasty seafood on offer.
Oh, wow. Huh? Have you ever had spicy corn?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, really good with flavor. Oh, man.
It is spicy. I would typically just butter my corn. Still tastes kind of buttery.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Revenge. How's it feel about the receiving end, pal?
That's pretty good.
I feel that like it seems like, from an outsider's perspective, you're like, well, you want all this delicious seafood and sausage, corn, potatoes, yeah, whatever. But it all absorbs that flavor, that delicious Cajun flavor. This is the spiciest one we've had for sure. And I remember before we were like, go easy on us. This is them going easy on us.
I'm glad we saved this place for last.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, this is so good. All right, well, these were 3 fantastic seafood boils. You can only get here in New Orleans, right? You feel like you got the experience?
I do. I think if
it's really spicy.
He's still struggling. Yeah, I broadly think I do. I think if we came back, I would want to just find a random person's house and go to it, have it in someone's backyard.
Oh, I see.
Get the full experience, sit out in the lawn chairs with the beers. But in terms of the actual seafood, the spices, the flavors, and the general experience, I think you've given me a lovely overview of a seafood boil.
You're welcome. So obviously every place we went to today was amazing. We started off with Boyle Seafood.
Yep.
Got there bright and early, and they had a seafood boil that was absolutely fantastic. It was a Viet Cajun style. Of the 3 we went to, that was the only one that really had the soupy broth and the sauce and everything covered in there. Had a little bit of an edge for its flavor that other places didn't have.
As a Brit, not knowing that much about seafood boils, that was what I was expecting. You have the gloves, you have the bib, it's messy, it's flavorful, it's a little bit spicy. Really like that place.
After that, we had Scyther's, right? He really, whatever his special blend of flavor is over there, he has got it dialed in. Really impressed with the quality, how everything tasted.
Yeah, I really like Scyther's as well. I really love the kind of backyard feel of that place. Even though it was a restaurant, it did kind of just feel like you were in someone's backyard, having a cookout, having a boil, prime seafood, and really tasty.
And we ended the day here with Clessy's, which I think is pretty safe to say was also fantastic. Loved the spice.
Yeah.
Amazing sides as well. First time having an alligator, right? Very impressive.
Yeah, Plessis has been good. Again, like a different flavor profile to any of the other ones that we've really had. Probably the spiciest one that we've had today. Again, you can tell the quality is great. That sausage as well, even that was fantastic. Even the corn, you know, they didn't really miss.
Yeah, they did not miss. I don't think any of the places missed today. But if you had to pick one, you thought just was the best experience or the best seafood boil, what would be your favorite?
I'm kind of split between 2, but I think I'm going to go with Scyther's.
Oh.
We chatted to Jason, the owner. He's so passionate about the food. He really knows his stuff. And it showed. I think overall that's probably the plate that I enjoyed the most. It's worth the drive, that 20-minute drive outside of New Orleans.
Yeah, and I am going to agree with you.
Yep.
That was also my favorite. This was fantastic. I really love the spiciness of this, and I love their the sides. Really impressed with everything that they gave here in the boil, but Scyther's just edged him out just a little bit in terms of flavor. His special blend over there, his spices, really just elevated the seafood in a way that I think was the best.
Scyther sells the spice blend, right? You can take that away. Maybe I'll have
do.
to get some of that, take it back to London, and see if the Brits are actually ready for a seafood boil.
You guys have those that crawfish problem over there, right?
Won't be a problem for long once I get my hand on some seasoning.
That's exactly how to do it. Eat away that problem. Hey, cheers.
Cheers, my man. Beautiful. We're not allowed to have fun anymore.
I don't like being cut out of these creative decisions. I think we're really funny all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of good bits that get missed.
Everything we say deserves to be included in these episodes.
Yeah. That's why, I should get access to this footage and just release my own cut.
Release the Avella cut. There you go. Come to Keys Fuel Mart for the most Josh wine I've ever seen in my life. They've got like 6 different types of Josh. It's incredible. Last night we let the Josh talk.
We're a couple of roast beef po' boys, so why don't I order us a roast beef po' boy? A roast beef po' boy. Oh, Jesus.
You right? You good?
I was just like,
You looked like you were blacking out for a second.
Yeah. Louisiana still remains the nation's 2nd largest supplier of seafood. What do you think of that?
Your insistence on pronouncing the T in confit is quite funny.
You like that?
Yeah.
Nobody tells me what I can and can't pronounce. Do you think when they build the culinary Mount Rushmore, and it is, of course, Guy Fieri, Barack Obama,
Of course.
you and me,
Of course.
do you think they'll chisel in the spiky hair? Because I'm thinking off the top of my head, like, the faces are coming out of the mountain.
Sure.
We've yet to pay homage in statue form to someone with, like, frosted tips and spikes, right?
It's a challenge that like Michelangelo never could have predicted.
Think about how hard that would be. What material? You couldn't do that in marble.
You'd have to use like a lighter marble for like part of the hair, maybe. Just like little, little speckles of light marble in there.
Although it is a rainy day, looks like the Pokemon servers are still running, so that's important.
I never get a heads up before we start rolling. It's just like, oh, we're rolling now. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm trying to battle here.
Lillian said rolling. I think that was the key, the tip. Booyah.
Celery,
Fine
celery.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, well, you bet. I feel like you're not getting the credit you deserve for how hard you're working. So
Yeah, thanks, man.
Fun chat feeling. You think about?
Me. Jesus Christ.
All right. You certainly brought the British roads with you as well.
Hey, our roads are fine compared to this. For a country that loves driving so
Yeah.
much, you guys have some sketchy roads.
Yeah. The tuna's amazing too.
Really good tuna.
Oof.
So we say tuna.
What do you say?
Tuna?
Why do you say it like that?
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, like so you realize you got to add in a ch to the start of it for some reason, right? Tuna.
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 So American.
Like a tune. I'm listening to a tune. You're not listening to a tune.
No, you listen to a tune.
You're not listening to a tune.
If you're posh, you say tune.
If I'm what?
Tune. If you're a posh person,
What's that mean?
like fancy,
Ah,
say-
a posh bloke. Got
yeah.
it.
you'd say tune.
Tune?
But most people in the UK would just say tune.
Why? Why do you talk like that?
I don't know, man.
Speak American.
You're in America.
Yeah,
Speak
yeah,
American.
Keep
We've got
it
these
coming.
fly swatters, but we've been told that they're distracting,
Yeah.
so we can't have them here.
I think it adds to the charm of the video, personally. Also, get off my food.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Why is it in the shape of like the Burj Khalifa?
Was wondering that as well. Like, do you think they had those statues already? And then like, you know what? This could also work as.
Yeah, I had a nightmare trying to get some seafood the other day. Actually, I went to the store and asked them for some shellfish to boil, but then when I got home, they had given me a stretched adolescent swan.
What?
It was a langoustine.
You can go ahead and just crash into the nearest telephone pole. That'd be great.